Alright, we return to the Mog House. Good old comfy Mog House. I am still really enjoying the Black Mage look. Well, it's a mix of Black Mage and fishing, right? Well, hey, my two favorite things, right? It's the costume is it's a mix of my two favorite things, fishing and dark magic. They go hand in hand. Alright, so I should have some things that sold. So first off, my EXP is not as high as it could be, although I am exactly halfway through my level now. Also, real quick, today is gonna be a short day because I gotta go into town for an allergy test. So yeah, I gotta make sure I have time to walk to the city and back, which I take that upon myself. It's an hour walk. It's fine. It's good for me. But yeah, we'll be ending the stream like an hour or so earlier than normal, but we'll get our 3 hours in at least. So here's an update on... Okay, so I went back to the Labyrinth of Unzozo, right? I had to complete my stack of cock meat. Alright, the cockatrice in there, they drop skins and meat. The skin isn't really worth selling on the auction house as far as I could tell, but the meat, that had some value. So yeah, I went back and got a stack of meat. However, also, I did die once, but it wasn't because of the Black Mage melee. It was because I just I did that thing, right, where while I'm just grinding, I kinda zone out. And yeah, I just didn't notice that my health was, my health was getting a little bit low, and I was fighting an enemy that was almost even level, right, so it hits hard. I got aggro, and I had low health, and I wasn't using food, right, so I wasn't buffing anything, and it was one of those big scorpions. Those scorpions, they have one attack in particular that can do massive damage, like, it can kill even a melee. It can just kill him dead, right? And yeah, it hit me for like about 600 something damage, which you can see I have 856 health, so if my health was topped off, if I was keeping it topped with drain, it wouldn't have been a problem. I was not keeping my health topped off, so I just died. But I went back, I made the EXP up really quickly, and I got my stack of cock meat, so all good. Which, I will say this, right, like, getting hit for, like, 600 damage, I mean, my level 75 Beastmaster, if I get hit for, like, I've been hit, as a Beastmaster, I've been hit for, like, 800, 900 damage. I think, fighting the doll enemies in, oh god, what is it, Romave? Yeah, fighting doll enemies in Romave, with that, they have that meltdown attack, that does enough damage to one-shot me as a Beastmaster, right? So it's not... The thing is, this game is full of one-shots or near one-shots. I don't really blame the melee on that, that's just the game. It's a matter of you have to pay attention to not get hit by those things. It's more that. Alright, so let's check the old delivery box. I should have goodies. Oh wow, nothing I put up sold except for the wind crystals, huh. And I don't think that's all my wind crystals. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I guess the cock meat isn't very desired. I guess no one wants it. Let me go check it, maybe the price tanked while I was sleeping. I'm not even sure what the meat is used for, it's just, I got it. I know some people farm it, right? I know some people farm that stuff. Me personally, I don't really think it's worth farming, at least not for me, the way that I'm playing. Like, I don't even have Treasure Hunter 1, right? Yeah, as a Black Mage Beastmaster, I don't even have, the first Treasure Hunter, so my loot drop chances aren't the best. As a Beastmaster slash thief, I feel like I might have a better, you know, might have better luck with that. Or if I go back, right, when I'm level 75 Black Mage, at that point I could go back and I could just kill things as a slash thief, and I wouldn't need the Beastmaster pet at that point. Yes, I have a jack-o'-lantern head too, although mine isn't quite as awesome, but I have it in my Mog house somewhere. Halloween events. Okay, yeah, so the meat has not sold. And, I see. It's because someone else sold at the same price already, so now it's gonna be a game of lowballing it. Alright, I see how it is. Well, especially then, right? Especially if it's not even worth 8K, then it's not really worth it, I don't think, to put that up. Well, let me take a look. How much can I get for just selling it? So if I just sell it, it's 200 each, so okay, that's only like 2,400 for a stack. Okay. So anything over 2,400, I guess, is good. I guess. Let's lowball it a little bit to about this much. So it should sell. I don't think farming the meat. I don't think that is the way. Yeah, I don't really think that's don't think it's ideal for me. Alright, so I could join a party. I do have time to party up if I get in a group very quickly, right? So yeah, if I can find a group fast, it's alright. If not, we'll figure what to do. Also, I'd assume this is like an Easter event thing or something, but I really like that shield. It looks absolutely ridiculous, but I mean, it is look at that! It is adorable! I really want that shield. Oh no, stream crashing! Oh no. Oh no. Don't think that's on my end. No, on my end it is solid green, and it has been. Oh my god. Oh my god, this name. Sam Meow Rai. Sam Meow Rai. Cat puns. Yeah, probably just a ye ol' Twitch issue. Gotta love him. I sometimes just like looking at people's names. It's sort of that City of Heroes effect, right? Where it's like you want to see people's originality shine out. I mean, here, it's not so much in their look, although with some of them it is their look, but it's their names, right? It's like, why is this man called Sticky Rice, right? Why? Why is Katniss a Taru Taru? I'm fascinated by such things. Alright, so let me think. I could go back and continue grinding it out, right? Or I mean, one thing I could do, since I don't have a ton of time, I could start my White Mage artifact quests. I could do that. Man, the thing is though, is that I just did my Black Mage artifact stuff, and I really don't want to do more artifact quests just yet, you know? Like, I really don't want to do it again so quickly. So, okay, if I don't want to do my artifact quest again, I'm trying to think, let me take a look at my tabs, and let's see, what quests do I have to work on right now? Like, what have I got going on? Oh, surprisingly, I don't have anything going on other than I could start... I could start my Sandoria 9-1 mission. I could start that. I think you have to fight. Yeah, you have to fight some NMs, but I'm not sure if it's something I can solo or not. It's not a BCNM fight, as far as I know, so it's probably soloable. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Have you tried just reset everything, right? Like, I don't know, reset everything. That might work. Okay, let me think. What to do? What to do? Yeah, I kinda just want to EXP or something. I hate to do EXPing twice in a row. But yeah, I am not in the mood to do more artifact quests. Not in the moment. Maybe next time I want to do more artifact quests, but not this time. I mean, actually, you know, something I did really want to try out is, how is my farming with Black Mage? I haven't really tried to do the whole AoE, like the AoE farm thing as a Black Mage. I haven't tried it yet, and I'm very curious to see if Treasure Hunter applies, right? I would assume Treasure Hunter applies, but I don't know. What I'm thinking to do is to round up a bunch of enemies like maybe Quadovs. Quadovs would be a good one for this. So round up a bunch of Quadovs, cast Poisonga on them, that would ping them for Treasure Hunter, right? And then cast a big AoE that just kills all of them. Now, I guess the thing is, right, like, could I not do the same thing as a Beastmaster? And not really. Like, as a Beastmaster, for most enemies, if I'm gonna farm them in such a manner, like if it's something that I can just round up a bunch of them and AoE them down, like, yeah, it would be something really low level, and whether I used my Scythe AoE or my Pet's AoE. Well, the Pet's AoE does not apply Treasure Hunter. I think we did establish that, right? Like, my Pet's AoE does not apply Treasure Hunter. But even using my Sickle, like, I don't think that would... Yeah, like, it might actually one-shot them, and that would not apply Treasure Hunter. So, as a Beastmaster, I don't really have any way to ping a group of enemies, like, to apply Treasure Hunter without killing them in the same hit. Funny enough, Black Mage, as murderous as it is, it has, like, damage over times. It has AoE abilities that can ping enemies and not just destroy them. So I kinda want to see how that works out. I kinda want to try it, right? So, alright, switched out to Slash Thief. I might want to make a set for this, actually. Oh, hey, look, here's the... Oh, look, this is... Yeah, I think this is basically just the whole Black Mage. Like, this is the full Black Mage right here. The pants, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of those parachute pants. I mean, they're classic Black Mage, but like, not a fan. Not a fan. But I want the melee set. There we go. So okay, when it comes to farming, here's my thought, right? Let's focus, we want evasion, but let's maybe also focus on interruption rate. So rather than the Scythe, let's use the Hermit's Wand. Let's use the Wizard Boots. So that's a negative 45% interruption rate. 50% interruption rate. 58%. So that is a negative 58% interruption rate across the board. That's nice. Alright, let's see. We'll use aramite rings. I guess we want agility, right? We want to keep our agility as it is. But I'd say, yeah, we want to keep our agility as is, but we want to make sure that what we cast actually hits and lands and destroys the enemies, you know? Hey there, Pepe. It's gonna be a short stream. I got places to go soon, like in the afternoon. So gonna cut the stream like an hour short, but we got a little time here to do stuff, like 3 hours ish. All right, so I'm planning a build here for mowing down enemies for farming. Using, I'm thinking like Poisonga to apply Treasure Hunter, then an AoE spell to kill them and collect the loot. So I'm thinking I need maximum interruption rate down mixed with evasion, right? Probably want to keep that vitality high too. I don't, like, for fighting much lower level enemies, I don't think my int will be a problem, but yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem, but, you know, we want to make sure, right? So, yeah, a mix of interrupt down and evasion, and hopefully that will allow me to actually get my spells off, right? We'll see. Okay. So this is my Black Mage farming getup. We'll see how it does. We'll see. So I'm thinking, okay, this is for farming much lower level enemies, right? When I say much lower level, I mean like Quadavs and Palbaro mines, bees, that kind of thing, right? So the idea is that we can scoop up a ton of enemies and just annihilate them all at once for the loot, and that Treasure Hunter will apply. I know that if you one-shot anything, Treasure Hunter does not apply, but does Poison apply Treasure Hunter? I think it does. And if it does, that would get around this. So, alright. I might want to set my macro, like, this is a bit of a different thing, so I want to set my macros up for it. I put these over on, like, number 9. So, okay, so all I really need, single target, all I would want to use is my drain, right? Keep my health up if it goes down. I may need Sleepka, but that's on the next bar down. Okay, okay, so we'll have that. I will want to have, well, then again, I don't know, we'll see. We'll do shock spikes, right? We'll do shock spikes. Alright. So shock spikes, I'll need an AoE of some kind. One should be enough, like one should kill them all. We'll set that up in a minute, but I gotta think what element to use. Alright, we'll need Poison Ga, right? So, okay, this would be Poison Ga. Alright. So, yeah, like, all I should need is Drain if my health gets low, an AoE to annihilate them, and then Poison to ping them with Treasure Hunter. And then Shock Spikes just to ensure that I can actually cast spells, right? So, things hit me, they get stunned. What is my highest level Thunder? Only Thundaga 1? So, right, so Quadav are weak to Thunder, right? I need to double check that real quick. Quadav. Okay, Quadav are weak to Thunder. Right, I only have Thundaga, though. Huh. I guess my highest, I have Firaga 2, I have Blizzaga 2. Okay, yeah, Thundaga 2 would be the next, like, yeah, that would be the next AoE that I get. Okay. I'm not sure if it would just be better to... I feel like it might be better to use a level 2 AoE, right? I don't know, let me take a look. Like, what's my highest AoE? I think Blizzaga 2? I think they're strong versus that, so that would be a bad choice. But Eroga 2, right? Yeah, Eroga 2, that might give me a good effect. I don't know. Yeah, let's go with that. Eroga 2. I just want like I want my best damage that isn't gonna get resisted by them, and I guess that would be, I think Blizzard, I think they're a little resistant versus ice, so like they're water element, right? Hold up, elemental wheel. So water is weak to, well, it's weak to thunder, but it's strong to fire. I'd assume ice though is probably also not great, but wind or earth should be fairly neutral, right? So yeah, Eroga 2 it's probably my best bet. Okay. Let's get experimental, shall we? Since it's one of those days. So I'm thinking the best thing that would test this out... Yeah, the best thing to test it out would be Quadovs and Palbaro, right? Like, best thing I can try. Get those Quadov backplates. But mainly, I just want to see if Poisonga, like, if this will apply Treasure Hunter without, you know, no issues, right? I know if you one-shot enemies... Yeah, if you one-shot enemies, it doesn't really go through. So we're not one-shotting. We'll see. We'll see. Also, hey, I'm slash thief. That means flee. So yeah, this might not be the best use of this particular setup, but consider this more about my own personal curiosity, right? I am really curious to know if Poisonga will, if that will apply Treasure Hunter properly, so that I can then AoE enemies to death. I just know that as a Beastmaster, if I'm like, well, first off, I learned this, that if my pet AoEs things to death, it doesn't really apply Treasure Hunter. We learned that, right? Yeah, I know. The fast running animation, it's very silly to me. Honestly, this is the old school default run speed, and I think this looks right. Honestly, moving any faster than this, I feel like you're getting into cartoon territory. But yeah, here's my findings, my research so far with Treasure Hunter and my Beastmaster slash Thief. So if my pet AoEs and my pet kills everything, even if it takes more than one hit, my pet does not apply Treasure Hunter. Like, the pet killing things does not do anything. My finding is that the loot was absolutely horrible, worse than it should be, so that means no Treasure Hunter was applied. However, if I step in, okay, if I step in and I do Spinning Scythe first and hit everything with that, and then the pet AoEs everything to death, the loot was much better, which means, okay, Treasure Hunter was applying. So what I get out of that is, You can't one-shot enemies. A one-shot, no treasure hunter. The first shot only applies it. So, okay. Yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. That's already a problem. Like, okay, you could say, well, why not? Why not just use Beastmaster, get some TP, and spinning scythe everything? That for enemies that aren't super low level, that'll work. But for enemies that are super low level, right? Like the Palbaro, like the Quadav and Palbaro. Yeah, they just die. They would just die in one hit. So that wouldn't work. And this is my setup for very low level things. Oh man, geometry. But yeah, the pet also, yeah, the pet doesn't do treasure hunter, so you can't just use the pet's AoE, that doesn't work. Yeah, the only variable I'm not sure on is if a non-direct damage spell, such as poison, if that applies treasure hunter. I haven't been able to find any solid answers one way or the other, so alright, I'm gonna find out myself, right? This is one of those I gotta make the research kind of things. I will say, for farming higher level enemies en masse, like, I don't know, rounding up slimes or leeches or whatever, yeah, my Beastmaster / Thief is probably better for that. Like, enemies that aren't gonna just die in one hit from a scythe AoE, I would say it's fine to do the Beastmaster for that. I guess really this is a very niche application of farming, right? Very niche application of treasure hunter, but every now and then it does happen that I want to farm a low-level item, or an item that's just easier to get from super low-level enemies. Beehive chips come to mind. Honestly, the bees in this zone are the best for farming beehive chips. They just are. And same goes for something like Quadav backplates. Killing low-level enemies is the best way to get them. So for stuff like that, I think, yeah. A build that can apply Treasure Hunter AoE on very low-level enemies without one-shotting them, that's what I'm trying for. Also, thanks. Sorry, I was in the middle of a thing. Thanks, Not. Alright. Oh man, you know, I should have tested this whole thing on the bees. I ran right past them, but I got so laser focused on Quadav backplates. And really, Quadav backplates, that's where the money at. So that's where we're going. And I guess also hope that, you know, let's hope no one else is just out there farming too, right? Let's hope. Okay, I can flee again. Alright, so straight north. Yep, straight north, a little bit east. I think right through that. Yeah. It's been a while since I've been to Palbaro Mines. Back in the day, Palbaro was my go-to for money making. It was also my go-to for money making on other private servers. Ah, nice. Yeah, I usually stream Final Fantasy XI or other old-school MMOs. This is usually my time. I mean, the schedule is on the channel for what's happening when. But yeah, you can catch me around this time. Today's gonna be a bit of a shorter day because life stuff, but we're getting some time in. It's always interesting to me to see people that stumble across the YouTube stuff first. I always just figured that the people who look at the YouTube archive, I just figured it was people who are normally here for the stream, but maybe they missed it and they want to check the slightly more cleaned up archive version. So it is always interesting when it's the other way around. And sorry that the YouTube channel is a little disorganized. It really has always just been kind of a repository. I don't do a whole lot with it. Alright, so Palboro just over that way. Oh, hold up. Draw distance, set world 2. There we go. Yeah, look, I can actually see a little bit. If I up it to 3... Yeah, if I up it to 3, I can even see the end of the little canyon there. Nice. I don't know, I kind of feel like the game almost looks better when the draw distance isn't super high. Like, I don't know, just to me, right? But every now and then I do like to see the end of a canyon or something, right? It's nice. Ah, okay. Yeah, the thing is, I myself am constantly learning with this game, but that's sort of how I like to go into every MMO that I play, even ones that I'm a little more familiar with. I mean, I did play this back in the day, but I took a very long break. But I kind of like to approach any of these games with, I am new, I am here to learn, and then I learn as I go. And I don't know, I think that's also probably a good way to learn from someone else, is learn as they go. But at this point I do know quite a bit about Final Fantasy XI. I'm still in the dark about a lot of things, but I don't think anyone really has total encyclopedic knowledge of this game. There's just too much, right? Oh, Sito's doing a gnome check here. Gotta do a gnome inspection. Man, I had a thought, because, you know, Christmas is coming up, and, oh, I gotta send out Christmas gifts and stuff, and I thought, oh, I should send Sito a Christmas gnome, because Christmas gnomes are bigger than Santa here. Just one day a package arrives on Sito's doorstep, and it's just a gnome in a box. Oh, Taru. Again, I can't do Taru. I think I have way too aggressive of a playstyle, you know? I love meleeing even as a mage. I am super aggressive with whatever class I play, so I can't do Taru. I would die way too much. Oh, Sito, but the Christmas gnomes are awesome. And yeah, you go to, like, if you go to any supermarket right now, like, when you enter the store, the shelves are just lined with assorted Christmas gnomes. Like, every flavor of Christmas gnome. They're so goddamn popular. I don't know, I think they look adorable, alright? Okay, so here we are, Palboro Mines. We're finally getting in. So we'll see how this goes. This is either going to be a good farming session or it's going to be a waste of time, but either way, I want to see, right? I want to see for myself. And yeah, like, when playing with a friend, I mean, you can't go wrong with being a support character. I find that in general, not that many people like playing support classes in this game. Whether that's something like a bard or, you know, it's a white mage. People don't really, yeah, they don't do the support thing very often. Okay, so here we go, an Amethyst Quadav. I believe these are the ones... Is it amethyst? I think these are the one. I don't know. We're gonna round them all up though. Yeah, we're gonna round every single one of these guys up. So I'm just gonna have him follow behind me. And you know what? I was gonna shock spikes, but I don't think shock spikes. The thing is, shock spikes could kill the like. I could actually kill them with shock spikes, and I'm not sure that would apply Treasure Hunter. I'm not sure. Oh, there is someone in here. Well, I'm gonna make a bit of a mess for him. Okay, so I think, yeah, I think amethysts are the ones that have the backplate. So I'm just gonna round up as many as I can, right? As many as I absolutely can. Oh man. Yeah, look, they're all merging into one amorphous blob of Quadav. So the thing is, these are real low level, right? Like, what level are they? They're only level 6, right? I think level 7 is probably the maximum level that anything here is gonna be. However, yeah, you can see the damage they're doing, and the damage is not much, right? But the thing is that we're gonna be fighting like 24 of them, right? So, they could actually deal proper damage to me through sheer force of numbers alone. Yeah, no, that guy's gonna hate me because I am just pulling everything right now. But I'm only gonna do it this once to do a test, right? We're testing things out here. All right, I'm not gonna do this over and over again. There will be Quadav in the mines, but I really want to know if this will work out. Okay, I gotta make this test. Also, my good int means that the spellcasting Quadavs don't get their spells off on me quite as much as they could. All right, I think this is a good sample size. I think, right? I think we've hit a good sample size. I also don't want to, yeah, I don't want to rob them of every Quadav in the zone. So I need them to all come over here. Like, I need them here now. Oh god, they're not coming over to me. Okay, the Amber Quadav don't like coming close. So I have to go to the Ambers. Yeah, the Amber Quadav. Okay, okay. First off, let's see if I can even cast spells like this. I can. Good. Alright. So, with our friends rounded up, let's see how this works out. So we want to cast right in the middle. Like, close to the middle as I can. This one will do. Alright. So, Poisonga. That is Poisonga, right? I gotta make sure. I can barely see what's happening in the text log. Poisonga! Okay. That didn't hit them all. They're actually so spread out that that didn't hit every single one of them. Let's try that again. Okay. Everything is poison good. AoE time. Eroga 2. Oh my god, that was a lot of text. That was so much text. So... Alright, I defeated all those enemies, and... all I got was a pair of Quadav fetish heads and fetish arms. Now, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 5 amethyst Quadavs in there. The odds should say that at least one of those should have dropped a backplate. Like, at least one of them should have. So yeah, I don't think Treasure Hunter was applying there. I do not think Treasure Hunter applied. I could be wrong, maybe that was just poor luck, but to me it looked like Treasure Hunter was not applying. And yeah, Varian, I was just trying to do a test of Treasure Hunter. I wanted to see if applying Poisonga first, if applying that would apply Treasure Hunter, and then I could AoE everything, like I could one-shot everything, and I would get a nice treasure hunter haul, right? I'm gonna do one more quick test, right? Because maybe that was, I mean, look, treasure hunter is not a guarantee, right? So I'm gonna do one more quick test. But so far, I think treasure hunter, I don't think it applies even if you poison the enemies first. The problem with spinning scythe, I thought about this. It's the same problem as spinning scythe as a scythe beastmaster. The problem is that scythes do a lot of damage. These enemies are only level 7, right? When I hit them with my wand, I take out like 20% of their health, right? A spinning scythe would one-shot them, and that would not apply treasure hunter. If you one-shot, treasure hunter does not apply. Like, that I know. So, but I think poison, I thought maybe poison, like, that would work, because that's hitting them with something that isn't killing them. But I don't know about that. I don't think it's going. I believe it's actually a Horizon-specific change because they don't want people doing what I'm doing right now. So the rule is basically treasure hunter treasure hunter it only applies after the hit. So if you kill the enemy in the first hit, treasure hunter does not apply. So you have to hit them, apply treasure hunter, and then hit them again. So you can two-shot enemies, but you can't one-shot them. The thing is, I think poison, I don't think poison is counting as a hit. That's the problem. And Drezzy, a good way of farming money, or to make money, well, it depends on what you have a good tolerance for. Like, that depends entirely on what... Oh my god, I got bound. Like, fishing is always a good one. Fishing is always good. It's good, solid money. Not the fastest, but it's reliable. I guess there's also... Well, yeah, farming, right? There's lots of enemies you can farm for money. This method of farming Quadavs is clearly not the best, but Amethyst Quadavs drop back plates. They sell for a lot of money. They're low-level enemies, easy to kill. So killing them one at a time, that's good money. Hare meat is worth a lot, so any rabbit. Beehive chips, also worth a lot of money. And you can find those out near the Dangraf Wadi, near Bastak. Okay, I don't think I have any more enemies I can round up, so I'm just gonna try to get them all together here. So this is test number 2 to see if Treasure Hunter applies. Oh, man, these ambers, they don't want to follow me. Okay, so yeah, let's see. First up, poison. Okay, so poison, it's applied, they're taking damage, and then we AoE them to death. So let's see how that does. So, was it a fluke, or... No, Treasure Hunter is most certainly not applying. I mean, maybe I'm just super unlucky, but like, yeah, look at that. So I kill all of those, right? Like, all those down. And all I get is a shell shield and a pair of bronze mittens. That's not... Yeah, that is... Treasure Hunter is not applying. So, okay, you cannot cheese the system by poisoning and then one-shotting. Does not work. I had to know, right? I had to know. So, Varian, clearly you have not leveled up your weapon skills as a mage, because as a mage, if you have your weapon skills leveled, which I do, like, against enemies like you seem to, like, a staff or wand weapon skill, it does normal weapon skill damage when your skills are leveled up. Like, I will one-shot things fucking hard with my wand if I use it. I mean, actually, hold up. Like, what is the weakest? Shining Strike, right? Like, okay. Now, this is not my fighting wand. Yeah, no. It's still a one-shot. Again, it's all about leveling your skills up. And yeah, I'm one of those nuts that melees as a mage, so no, like, I can kill things with a wand. I have 101 methods of murder, and the wand is one of them. But okay, so for making money, I mean, I mainly made my money by fishing, a mix of fishing and just soloing. I very rarely went out of my way to farm money, but I'm Fisher level 82, and getting that high, I made a lot of money along the way. Fishing is good money. It's reliable good money. That's where the bulk of the money came from, but it also came from, okay, so for a while, Kufam Island, okay? I went out to Kufam Island, and every night I would do the rounds killing undead. They drop spells that are worth a decent amount of money. If you can kill elementals, you can come out with a full stack of clusters every lightning storm. More if you're industrious. And yeah, that'll make you like 15k or so. Do that and the undead, you can come away with like 100k every in-game day if you're industrious. But let's see, there's that. I mean, like in the higher levels I do some spell farming. High level black mage spells are actually worth a lot of money. Like, I mean, 120k for a scroll of Waterga 3, that kind of money, right? It's just, there you're kind of, you have to be really high level and a beast master, and yeah, you also, the drop rate is horrible, so it's a matter of luck there. I do not have a Liu Shang. Like, all Liu Shang's does is it opens the pool of things you can catch more. Like, if you have a Halcyon and Composite Rod, you can catch everything all the way up to fishing 100. Like, I can fish Black Souls here. The catch rate's not the best because I only have a composite, but I can catch them. But there's so many fish that it doesn't matter what rod you use. Tavnasian gobies, they sell for like 410 gil each. The Halcyon rod and a lure catches them just fine. The catch rate is super fast. Like, it's really good money. You need Tavnasian Archipelago access, but like, no, it's good money there. Grimonite are good money. You can catch Norg shells while you're there. They sell for a couple thousand. I mean, before Tavnasian gobies, there's Bluetail, and again, all you need is a Halcyon rod for that. Nothing special, you know? Nothing special there. But really, with fishing, it's kind of like sometimes you can fish for skill and money, but really, the best money fishing right now for me would be to go back to Tavnasian gobies. Like, that would be the best money I could possibly make. Like, honestly, Tavnasian gobies, because the thing is, Black Souls, they are really overfished. That's kind of the problem. Like, everyone is fishing in Juno, right? If you just walk around Juno, you will constantly see fishermen catching Black Souls or trying to. So the thing is, Black Souls, they might be like the highest easy value fish, but they are so overfished that it's not really worth it. Tavnasian gobies are where it's at. Or Bluetail. But crafting, I only really craft for fun. Crafting can make you money, but it'll cost you a lot of money to level up. Like, it's counterintuitive to level it up for money. If it's gonna take you a long, like, if you don't have the money to level something up fully, then it's not worth doing for the money. Not yet. There are some recipes you can do that are low level that'll make you money, but I find crafting is more like, if I'm feeling lazy and don't want to leave town, I can make some extra gil, but it's not really a money maker for me. Not yet, anyway. Maybe one day, right? Maybe one day. Alright, my things didn't sell. Alright, I'm gonna stick to Black Mage Thief. But, yeah, I'm gonna stick to Black Mage Thief, but I'm gonna switch back to my... Yeah, switch back to my melee set. There we go. Alright, so it's 22 in the game. It's still nighttime, so hey, let's swing on by Kufum Island, right? I'd normally farm these as a Beastmaster because it'd be smoother, but I'm still kind of testing the water when it comes to Black Mage / Thief farming. I'm just testing the waters with that. I feel like it would be good for elementals, but honestly, elementals are incredibly rough to fight no matter what class you are. There doesn't seem to be a good class to fight to use to fight them. But yeah, I don't know, like Tavnasian Gobies probably made me the most money. The rest of the money that I made, it's really just because I solo a lot. Like, when you solo a lot, especially if you can work /thief into what you're doing, like as a Beastmaster / thief. I mean, look, when I leveled up in Sanctuary of Zeta, I'd just kill Curls, or Curls, right? I'd just kill the tiger things, and yeah, their hides sell for like over 20k a stack. The whiskers were almost 10k a stack. The meat was about 6k a stack, and yeah, I'd come away with tons of that every single time I was just out there soloing, right? So I wasn't really trying to farm money, but soloing makes you money. Like, generally, when you're in a party, you're buying consumables, you know, you're spending money to party up, right? But when you're solo, you don't gotta buy anything, right? Just do your thing, and yeah, soloing generally makes you money. Oh no, a pet one. Oh, that's not, I'm not into the pet thing. Not into the pet thing. Alright. And, oh, Sito, see you later. See you later, Sito. Yeah, I would imagine, okay, I would imagine that either Summoner or Red Mage would be very, very good for elementals. Like, Red Mage just because it's overall very tough. The end spells would allow it to do elemental damage, and, you know, like, easily, right? And then also Red Mage could silence the yeah, you could just silence the elemental, and that would kind of put an end to the more dangerous things that it could do. But I don't know, I like Black Mage, so I want to make it work as far as killing elementals goes. I'd like to make it work. Alright, so what's going on Kufum Island? So unfortunately, there's no lightning weather right now. Shockingly. When it comes to Kufum Island, there is almost always lightning weather. Like, this place is lightning almost all the time. It's a very stormy place. But for once, not tonight. So, okay. Well then, let's fight these. Alright, when it comes to undead, if you don't have light, yeah, if you don't have light, I think fire is the next best thing to use against them, right? So, I think I have fire 3, right? I might only have fire 2, let me check. Okay, I only have fire 2. I think I have Firaga 2 as well, though. I don't think I'll need to be that aggressive, but, you know, let's see. It's okay, fire damage is probably the thing to use against them. I'd use Firaga 2. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've done some dark cluster farming. Oh, hey, it's the time. See what I said? It's almost always the time here. Well, So, stone 3, right? Stone is best versus these things, as far as I know. So, yeah. Let's get in there. Stone 3. See, I feel like it just doesn't quite... It doesn't quite do the damage to make it worth it. Like, okay, let's do a stone 2. Let's just cycle through stone, I guess. I mean, maybe I just haven't really come up with a good way to fight these things, but, I don't know. Or is stone the best thing to use against lightning elementals? I would think, right? That's their opposite element, right? It's... Well, Quake would just empty my MP out, though, and there's more elementals than one to kill here. There's, you know, there's tons of elementals to kill. Let me try this. Elemental seal it. Like, maybe I'm just not... Is my damage just not going through? Let's see. I think my damage was just getting resisted, which is weird, because they're so low level. I think I can drain these too, right? You can drain an elemental, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, like that's what? That's maybe 3k or close to it, just right there. So yeah, go for elementals. And hey Vexus, I'm just kind of poking around in Kufum Island just for the funsies. Hold up, I'm a slashed thief right now, so that means put that melee set on. I love it. Oh no, they're leading in with a spear. Okay. I mean, honestly, I can just melee these to death. Like, they're not... I don't even have to waste MP on these guys. Melee works just fine. Day's going good, although I do have to go into the city for an allergy test today. Gotta walk myself on over there, and that means the stream will end a little earlier. But we're good for right now. Good for right now. This is what I was hoping it wouldn't do. I maybe should have killed it fast because yeah, curse. I hate curse. I hate it. It's not that much of a problem. I still have more than enough HP and MP to fight. It's just this is why I hate curse, right? This right here. Alright, how effective... I was a little late to put my, my magic set on. The Fire 2 only did 216. See, here's... Okay, well, just allergies in general. It's a general allergy test, because I'm not sure what I'm allergic to or not. Ooh, hey, I got a triple hit. Nice. But okay, real quick. So I had a thought. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. I just cranked out 110, 130, 183. I just did like, what is that? That is 400. That's over 400. I just did over 400 damage in one attack. Like in one set of attacks. So I had a thought, right? And hear me out. I had a little bit of a thought when it came to the grinding yesterday, because I've really been putting more and more into my Black Mage melee, because it actually does work. Here's a thought, right? So when I cast Fire 2, right, on that Banshee, I cast Fire 2 for 68 MP, and MP is a precious resource, right? I think I only did like 200 damage, right? I did 200 damage for like 63 MP. Yeah, 216, right? Look at this. I immediately followed that up with a Scythe attack that did 100 damage, then 172. Then I hit for 400 damage because I got a triple hit. And you know how much MP that cost me? None. So, I have a thought, right? Like, I love Black Mage, I love blowing things up with magic, it's fun. But the truth of the matter is when it comes to more sustained fighting, it feels bad. Like, it's really good when you're doing burns, or if you're in a fight that really needs enemies to die now, like before they do anything tricky. It's really good for, like, it's really good when you need enemies to die fast, right? But when you're doing more sustained combat, which farming or just, you know, solo grinding, that's more sustained combat. Like, it's so much MP, right? You have to spend so much MP to do, like, I mean, the damage is good, right? Like, per hit, the damage is good. It's just, yeah, when I spend my MP is spent, right? But yeah, like, I can just stand here with my evasion / dexterity set. I can just stand here whacking this guy with my scythe forever, right? And look at that, I hit for that's more than a fire 2 right there. I hit harder than a fire 2. So I do have to wonder, right? Like, does Black Mage need help? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, my magic skills aren't the issue, especially not against enemies like this. Like, there should be no resisting going on against, like, I don't think that's the issue, right? And really, like, the single target damage of my spells is not bad, especially in a party with a magic burst, but, like, look at what I'm, like, I just did, like, 450 damage. Right? In the past couple seconds. I didn't have to spend any MP for that. So I don't know, it's one of those things where I absolutely love the idea of, you know, being this dark wizard, but at the same time, I'm just finding more and more that, like, you know, maybe it would be better if I just stopped casting spells and just used my scythe, and then I'm thinking, well, I mean, should I just go Dark Knight? I don't know, it's, I'm not giving up on Black Mage or nothing. I love Black Mage. In a party, when you get your burst on, it feels absolutely perfect. I think maybe here's the issue, right? Is the out of burst damage is... I don't know, I think maybe the issue isn't the damage. The damage is good. I think the problem is the MP costs, right? It's the MP costs relative to how much MP you have and how quickly you gain MP. Would that maybe sound better? Because, you know, casting a spell and doing like 300 damage, yeah, that's harder than my scythe would hit. The damage isn't the problem. But it's more the sustainability of it, right? And it's not sustainable, right? Like, I have 400... Man, I only... Well, right now I'm cursed, right? Normally I have, like, over 600 MP. But, okay, I have over 600 MP. I mean, casting Fire 2, as an example, is 68 MP. I can't even cast that 10 times before I'm spent, so is it worth it, right? Eh... I don't know. I'll put ice spikes on. It's one of those kind of slightly depressing thoughts you have of like, oh, maybe those, you know, maybe spellcasting, it's not what I want it to be exactly. I guess I have this class fantasy, right? There's a certain class fantasy, which is that you're this spell-slinging wizard, right? Just exploding things with my mind, and that feels good. I guess the problem is that in more sustained combat scenarios, it's not the best, right? Not the best. Okay, no, wait, I don't want to fire 2, I want to stone 3. Oh, this is gonna hurt. See, I level my dark magic up even. I got I got the good drain damage. Oh no, Thundaga again. Can I Nightmare Scythe that? There we go. Just Nightmare Scythe that to stop it, right? Okay, where's my... I just want to use a basic stone too here. What a basic... How much is... Yeah, basic stone. Honestly, the basic stone damage... Yeah, I mean, for the MP cost, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. It does. So, okay, like, Treasure Hunter, as I understand it, it kind of just... It's almost like an extra roll, but like... Yeah, Elementals have a chance to drop 3 clusters, right? The max... I think the max they can drop is 3 clusters, and each one is a drop chance, right? So having Treasure Hunter gives you... Yeah, it gives you a higher chance of getting 2 or 3 clusters in a single kill. 3 with Treasure Hunter 1, 3 clusters is pretty rare. But with Treasure Hunter 2, it's not that rare to get like 3 clusters a kill. Like if you have Treasure Hunter 2 or higher, because it's a common it's a common drop all around, you know. All right, just gonna settle in right here. So how many clusters I got? 3. Unfortunately, I just missed nighttime. Like, I came a little late, right? I came in a little bit late to farm banshees and skeletons. The spell of Tractor and Escape, they're not common drops. They're not super rare either, but they're not common. So you usually have to kill a couple to get some scrolls. But there's still lightning weather, so I can still go for elementals. And yeah, Treasure Hunter 2 is level 45. Yeah, I do have Thief at level 37, so it wouldn't be that much of a stretch to just level it up with maybe, I don't know, level it up with Eco Warrior, right? It would be nice for farming those low-level items. But yeah, this place is still good for clusters. Again, clusters aren't really the best. They're not the best thing to farm for money. They sell well and everything, but you can go much higher value, right? There's a lot of low-level things you can kill that are high value. But what normally makes farming clusters worth it on Kufum Island is normally lightning storms happen at night, so if it's nighttime and it's storming, then you can kind of do the rounds, killing the, kill the ghosts, the skeletons, and the elementals, and just kill them all, right? And you'll usually come out with at least a couple scrolls and a bunch of clusters doing that. So altogether, it makes it worth it, you know? But yeah, I missed nighttime, so here we are. And yeah, like honestly, it would be to my advantage to level up Thief just to kill super low-level enemies for loot. I'm thinking rabbits outside of Sandoria if I'm feeling lazy, or yeah, beehive chips. I do alchemy actually, right? I do alchemy, so I could use the wax. So it would be good for farming low-level common items. Super good for that. Alright, I kind of want to experiment a little, so, let's see, I think stone would be good. Lightning. Well, lightning is strong to water, and, it's weak, yeah, it's strong to water, but what... I'm honestly not sure what else, like how's the damage from arrow stack up on this? Like, how much do I get out of an arrow, too? Not very much. I think sticking with stone is probably the best way to go. Oh, right, make sure that, yeah, the old damage set is on. I don't know, cycling through my weaker stone spells might be better than whipping out the big damage. I'm not sure. It's kind of the thing. Like, yeah, the stone 3, okay, that does the nice damage, right? But it costs so much. It costs so much MP. Like, that can't be worth it. Alright, maybe... Can I kill this with basic stone? Honestly, okay, you know what? You know what I haven't tried? Okay, what about basic stone spells? I mean, actually, hold up. I need like a cow. Hey, look, I got 3 clusters in one hit. Nice. Nice. That one was worth it. Oh, right. Yeah, the basement. Although they're higher level, right? They'd be higher level. I mean, I'm level 60, right? I'm not... When I'm 75 Black Mage, I'll go all over the place, do all kinds of crazy shit, but I'm still not quite where I want to be, both gear and level-wise. But I just had a thought, right? So with a basic stone 1, I did 57 damage seems to be my standard stone 1, right? Okay, so a stone 1 costs 9 MP. A stone 3 is 92. Well, this is pretty easy. So, okay, a stone 3, 1 stone 3, it does a little over 300 damage, right? And it costs me 92 MP. Stone 1 does 57. Now, I can cast stone 1 10 times for a little less MP than a single stone 3. If each stone 1 does 57 damage reliably, then that would amount to 570 damage for a little less MP than a stone 3. So, stone 1 has a very quick recast time. Like, you can spam it. You can basically spam it. So, okay, if I'm looking for more sustainable spellcasting, like spellcasting as just sort of a thing I do, I think just sticking to stone 1 and maybe the occasional stone 2, I think that might... I mean, even stone 2, right? Stone 2 does about 150 something damage, right? And that's 43 MP. Yeah, no, stone 1 is more efficient still. So I think if I want a more sustainable spellcaster, I think I just have to cast the basic spells, right? The math would seem to check out on that. Oh, Tavnasian Gobies, yeah, you just auction, or not auction, you NPC those. They NPC for about 410. At least for me they do. Not in the safe hold though. In the safe hold, they tend to only go for 400, but if you take it to like Juno, they buy for 410. At least from me. Fame and all that. But yeah, same thing with Bluetail as well. Like Bluetail, yeah, you just just NPC them, unless you're gonna craft them into something. I kind of like, that's really how most of the fish I catch. Like most of the fish that I catch, it goes straight to NPCs, and it's good money still. There's only a couple exceptions, like I don't know, the giant squid here on Kufum Island. Yeah, like the giant squid, they're worth like roughly 3k each. I haven't checked in a while, but yeah, you can get about 3k per squid, like per individual one. And they don't stack, so that works out. And that's on the auction house. And people seem to buy them fairly frequently. Alright, so real quick, I'm gonna do a little thing here. I'm gonna get a little experimental. So, Stone 1 is the spell that I'm gonna cast. Fire 1 is the spell I'm gonna cast against ghosts. For my AoE, let's change that to just Stonega, right? Just Stonega 1. How much does Stonega 1 cost, exactly? The Ga spells usually do more damage than the single target ones. So, okay, Stonega is only 37 MP. That's actually less than Stone 2. If the damage checks out, then maybe a mix of Stonega and Stone would be more sustained spellcasting. Oh yeah, a spear does work on elementals. I did it earlier. Basically, anything that can cast spells can be a speared. Except undead spellcasters, I guess. That's the exception. Alright, so let's try this out, right? I'm gonna do a mix of normal Stone 1 and Stone Gun, and we'll see how that checks out. Now, I guess these Acrophies over here will probably aggro to me, and, you know, that sucks, but put Ice Spikes on, and okay, that'll minimize that problem. Alright, so yeah, let's try this. Mix of Stonega and Stone, and let's see if that's good sustainable spellcasting. So Stonega does 108 damage, so that's like, I mean, it's about twice as much as, yeah, about twice as much as my basic Stone. It costs more than twice as much than my basic Stone attack, but I mean, I guess if I'm just trying to cycle damage real quick, I guess that's fine. Here's kind of the thing though, like, okay, how much does my Scythe do, right? Well, my Scythe hits for 57 each. So my Scythe hits about as hard as a basic Stone 1, at least on a critical. A little less than that on a normal hit. But like, okay, this is more sustainable damage right here, and my Scythe just did about 120 damage. Nice. I'm still not convinced that just scything everything isn't the ideal way to play, but... But yeah, okay, so it's honestly a lot more sustainable to just do this, right? And then Drain just ended it. Okay. So, okay, I guess if you're looking for a more sustained spellcaster, like, sticking to the theme of actually being a wizard, casting the basic level 1 spells kinda seems to be the way to go. The problem is, at that point, yeah, the MP to damage efficiency is much better, but yeah, the problem is kinda... It only does a little more damage than my Scythe at that point, sometimes less. So really, should I don't know, it seems like just attacking things is better, right? It seems like just attacking things is the way to go. I mean, honestly, like, I think anybody can solo, right? Like, anyone can solo, depending on how deep you're willing to go, right? Like, if you're willing to level up Beastmaster as much as your main job, then honestly, you can solo good on any class, right? Because you're basically just a Beastmaster. Like, I went around the Labyrinth of Unzozo as a Black Mage Beastmaster, and it worked good. I was getting like 80 to over 100 EXP per kill sometimes, with no EXP ring, and yeah, that worked, right? Like, it worked, it was fast, it was good XP. Very safe, too. I mean, you don't have to do that, like, you could go /Red Mage, and then, you know, that would up your survivability a bit. And it would also make your personal damage better, too. Like, yeah, you don't... Like, I don't know, anybody can solo, it's just you have to have the right gear and the right mentality for it, right? Right gear, right sub-job, right mentality. I mean, Shock Spikes is way better. The only reason that I'm not using Shock Spikes here is because these are Thunder Elementals, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to do lightning damage to a Thunder Elemental. I'm pretty sure that's no bueno right there. So, normally I'd use Shock Spikes because almost every time the enemy hits you, they'll get stunned for a couple of seconds. That's really nice. Like, it really slows down the incoming damage. You pair that with high evasion, and yeah, you rarely get hit, and when you do, they get stunned. It gives you enough time so that you can get a drain off in between, you know, in between getting beat up. Yeah, the paralyzed procs are great. The stun procs are better. The stun procs are frequent and better. But yeah, if for whatever reason stunning, like, you know, if you don't want to do shock spikes like here, then yeah, I'd go with ice. I've never used blaze spikes. I guess that's good if you just want the raw damage, right? If you just want raw damage, I guess it's good for that. Oh, also, I should probably make use of, yeah, like, look, I have all these effects I can put on, like, bio, poison. I got all these status effects. I can drain. I mean, drain actually seems to do pretty good. Yeah, it does pretty good damage versus elementals. I can Aspire him too, so I should. But otherwise, yeah, I guess just stone, right? Just throw stones on him. And then my dark elemental attack. I mean, that actually does pretty good damage for being a physical attack, a physical magical hybrid attack. Yeah, poison is way better here than it is anywhere else, and honestly, that's a good thing. Poison is a good way to do damage without burning too much MP, right? Just keep poison on at all times. I mean, bio does pretty good damage too. Like, honestly, bio damage is not terrible over time. It's just in a party you very rarely get a chance to use it, you know? Parties like their Dia. They sure do. Tell me a spear again. Get that MP back. And, oh yeah, I can drain again, so... I guess, you know what, I guess on enemies like this, I can drain and a spear so hard that... Yeah, health, survivability ain't really an issue against elementals, even if I can't silence them. I don't know, poison too, I do get good mileage out of it. Like, poison too does seem to tick away a good amount of health, it seems to. The problem... Yeah, what I don't like about poison spells in general is that you can't tell how much they do, right? Like, that's the issue. Like, how much am I poisoning for? I don't know. All you can really do is you can look at the mob's health and you can watch it kind of slowly tick down and not attack it. That's all you can really do, and that's not great. I mean, it's the same for bio damage, right? Like, you can kind of just watch the enemy's health bar slowly tick down, but that doesn't really tell you anything about how much damage you're dealing. I really do wish stuff like that showed up in the chat log, because I would love to know the actual damage that I'm dealing. But it's okay, I figure, I mean, really, in a fight, why not, right? Both poison and bio, they cost very little relative MP, and they last a long time, so why not, right? Why not just do it? Okay, so let me... I don't know, I'll lead in with an Aspire on this one. I think bio is a fixed HP per tick based on the magic level, I think. I don't know. Again, I'd love to have hard numbers on that, but I don't. I don't has them. Yeah, Dia is only 1 HP per tick, but you know, people, like, yeah, you use something like Dia not really for that damage, although I guess it does add up, but you use Dia because of the defense stuff. I mean, honestly, you should use bio, especially bio too. You should use it for the attack down. Like, it does make enemies hit noticeably less hard. And especially when you're doing the solo thing, having enemies hit you know, a little lighter, it is very nice. It's one of those, okay. I'll have to double check the wiki, but yeah, either way, it's not. I mean, yeah, the damage isn't like amazing one way or the other, but I think if you're gonna combo it with poison, like yeah, you combo it with poison, and you're doing a decent amount of just overtime damage for relatively little MP. So I guess it's always worth it, no matter like no matter what, right? Man, I drain for a lot. 217 HP drain. Also, I'm up to 10 clusters now. If I get lucky and I get if I get a 2 cluster drop on the next one, I could sell a full stack of clusters. I'm not sure that would be the way to go. I would have to see how much lightning crystals sell for as a stack individually. Also, I think I can take my party flag down because it's a little late to be getting into a party. We only have about like maybe an hour and 15 left before I gotta get ready to go to the allergy doctors. So I'll do some more. Yeah, we'll just do some more solo stuff. Yeah, like bio and banish and just practice your magic skills whenever you can. I mean, when you're in parties, also try to get your magic skills up wherever you can, right? Like, even if you're casting some spells that don't make sense, like, every now and then it's fine. Hell, in higher level parties as a white mage, since, honestly, high level parties don't really seem to need that much healing in the first place, I just throw Banish and Holy out just for fun, right? And the damage actually ain't that bad as I level it up. But yeah, just cast spells. Cast more spells. I wonder if it hasn't spawned in yet, or if someone else got it. I didn't take that long, so I assume that I've been killing enemies so fast that, yeah, they just haven't spawned in yet. I'll give it a sec. Yeah, I'll give it a little bit. I'll rest. Oh no, oh, look at that. Look at that. Well, lightning is over. Lightning over. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, let's warp back to town. I'll go back to the Labyrinth of Unzozo for a bit, I think. Yeah, I think some of the burn, choke, drown, etc. I think you can stack some of them, but not opposing elements. It's like element based, right? Either way, I wouldn't really use those for the damage. Like, honestly, my understanding is that those just do 1 damage no matter what, but like even if they eventually upgrade to do 2 damage, that one's not really worth it for the relatively high MP cost. The real reason that I'd use those is for it's for the stat debuff. Like when I'm in parties, if I can, like if it's a normal party, not a burn, I always put burn on the enemy because it lowers their int. And that means that lowers their magic resistance, so I can land my spells easier. It's more about that, right? You want that for the stat debuffs. Also, I am cursed for a couple more minutes still. That's unfortunate. I could go back into my Mog House and I could switch out to White Mage real quick. I could switch out to White Mage and yeah, I could fix that. I don't know, I want to hit the auction house real quick anyway. Ah, it's based on the int total. Ah, okay. Well, let's see. I mean, right now I'm not using, like, my staffs or anything, but let's see. If I were to switch out to my more full DPS set, like, yeah, using my staff, I don't know, I do need to upgrade my gear. There's better rings and stuff I could have now. Like, my gear is a little behind, I'll admit. It's fine for a burn party, but in a normal party, well, actually, the last normal party I was in, out at Cape Terragon, someone had a parser and they felt like posting it, and I was number 2 behind the I think behind the Dark Knight, either the Dark Knight or the Samurai. So I guess even with my shitty gear, I guess I do a lot of damage consistently. But yeah, so my int is 64 plus 26. I normally eat like +4 int food, so I guess +30 is normally what I'm running. Just as an average, I guess. So that would put me at like 90, I guess about 94. I still don't think the damage from burn or choke or anything, I don't like for the amount of MP, it's a relatively high MP cost, like even compared to poison or bio. So for the relatively high cost, I don't think it's quite worth it. I don't think. Well, the thing is, I have not gotten past 3 million because I keep spending it, right? The thing is, I'm still missing my earth staff, my water staff, my fire staff, and, you know, that's gonna cost me like damn near 500,000, right? I keep having to buy spells, I keep buying assorted, like, you know, I keep improving my melee set, I'm really on the lookout, actually. I would go under 3 million if I could get an Ivory Sickle +1. If someone were to drop an Ivory Sickle +1, I wouldn't buy it for a stupid amount of money, but for fair market value, I would buy it. And that would set me back quite a bit. I mean, I don't know, like, if you like fishing and you intend on doing a lot of the higher end fishing, then, like, if you want to go for legendary fish or black souls consistently, then I'd hold on to it, but really and honestly, you do not need a Liu Shang's to, like, if your goal with fishing is just to generate easy, passive gill income, basically, you do not need a Liu Shang's for that. Like, a Halcyon rod and a lure and catch Tavnasian gobies. That's really as deep as you have to go. So yeah, I mean, yeah, if you don't intend on going for legendary fish or anything, then yeah, honestly, the Liu Shang is kinda wasted if you don't intend to do more with fishing. But if you ever intend to, I would hold on to it. Like, if there's even a chance, right? Oh, okay, so like, okay, -9 to a stat, 3 damage per tick. That's, I mean, the stat, again, the minus stat is why I do it, but the 3 damage per tick isn't really, like, that's not really worth it for the MP cost. Like, those spells actually cost an unusually high amount of MP for what little damage they do. Like, poison, how much does poison, well, poison 1 is super cheap. That's only like, you know, poison 1 is only, like 5 MP. How much is poison 2? So poison 2 is 38. Now that's, okay, that's higher. That's higher than burn. But not that much higher, actually. It's only like 13 MP more. And Poison 2 actually does last a long time. Like, it lasts a long time, and it does seem quite potent. Yeah, so it's mainly the stat, you know. But, oh yeah, I could up the melee damage. Actually, you know what? Yeah, for meleeing, right? For meleeing, I wouldn't want to do burn. Let's see. I would want to lower. Well, let's see, if I do choke, like, that would lower vitality. That would, I mean, that would make both me and the Beastmaster pet. That would make everyone do more damage, right? I mean, if I lower enemy dexterity, though, that would lower their ability to hit anything, right? And that might be really worth it, actually. I don't know. I'll experiment around with that, actually. Do I have anything on my hotbar right now? Okay, I took it off my hotbar because I don't really do that kind of thing when I'm just, you know, when I'm I'm just sort of soloing it out. But I think maybe, here, this... I want to move these around a little, actually. Yeah, if I had stun on the very end of my bar, it would actually be just more convenient, more easy for me to hit it in a quick fashion. But yeah, let's try, let's see, what was the one for Dex? Hold up, that was it Rasp? Yeah, that was Rasp. I am kind of wondering, since I do tend to build for evasion, right? But it's not just good for me, it's good for the pet too. I blind the enemy, so, you know, I blind bio, and then if I rasp it, then it should have a really hard time hitting and doing any amount of damage to either me or my pet. Especially me, though. Especially me. So, I don't know, I kind of want to... I'll play around with it, right? We'll play around. But also, Zergo, yeah, like, Halcyon Composite, yeah, like, that's all you need for most of fishing. Like, I'm level 82 fishing, and I don't, like... There's fish I can easily catch all the way up to 91 with just the composite, so I'm not too worried right now. I think, now I'm not sure, but I think I might have to fish Black Souls for a little bit, which, you know, you can still catch Black Souls with a composite rod. You lose about, maybe 50% of your fish, but you still skill up is the thing. So, yeah, like, I might want to just catch Black Souls for a level or two, but I believe with my gear and everything, I can get my fishing high enough to go straight to Armored Pisces, and I believe you can just catch those with a composite rod. Composite rod and bait, right? So I don't really intend on doing Lu Shang's, but not until I get 100. Might change my mind on that. I would like to have the rod eventually, but I see a path that I can take that doesn't need it. But really, the money-making fish, they're not even the high-level fish, so you don't even need that if your goal is just to make money. Alright, I have some cheapo food on me, but I'd like to get some slightly less cheapo food. So, okay, dumplings. I like dumplings. Yeah, rice dumplings are just nice all around. Good for your defense, good for your accuracy, good for your attack. They cost a lot of gil. Not nearly as much gil as some food, though. And honestly, I like having rice dumplings in parties, like, if I'm playing Beastmaster, right? If I'm playing Beastmaster, I like to have rice dumplings. Because I may, you know, I make the use of my scythe, too, there. But for soloing, yeah, every now and then, I like to pop a dumpling. Makes things go quicker. Oh, I'm not cursed anymore. Nice. Flee to the Mog House! Switch into /Beastmaster. I have never I wonder, like, I have never broken a rod, like, ever. I've never broken a rod, and I've only lost my lure like once, literally once the whole time I've been fishing, and it was literally just because I just was not paying attention, right? I just wasn't paying attention at all. But that sort of made me start paying attention. And since then, yeah, no, I have not lost anything fishing. Not since. Yeah, you gotta pay attention. Like, look, I'm a very half AFK kind of gamer myself, but like, I've kind of trained myself to at least pay attention to that, you know, pay attention to that stamina bar. Make sure it's down all the way. Alright. So, /Beastmaster, quick check on my delivery box. I don't think... Yeah, I have some cockatrice meat that's up for sale. No one's buying it. No one's buying my cock meat. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. I mean, I know people farm that stuff, but like, I don't know, no one seems to want to buy it. Ooh, more rice ball. As a quick aside, I don't think I've ever, like in real life, I don't think I've ever had a rice ball. I'm not weeb enough. I've never had a rice dumpling. I don't know, at some time I need to fix that. Ah, okay, so the cock meat is for pet food then. I see. And hey there, Vin. Yeah, I guess, yeah, I could try to craft it into something. I just know some people farm the raw meat, and I was like, okay, well, I guess it must sell. We'll see about that, but either way, I'm really there for EXP, not for that, you know? EXP is the main reason. Alright, I think I'm ready to head out into the wild again. Also, there's a lot of things I could get to make my Black Mage melee better, both offensively and defensively. And I think what I might end up doing is having an offense and defense set, depending on what I'm doing, right? But so far, even when I'm slash beast mastering, I tend to pull aggro off of the pet. It's a problem that I run into every now and then as a beastmaster as well. Like every now and then you hit hard and you kind of outdamage the pet, and yeah. But even more so when you're dealing with charmed pets, right? So yeah, I kinda need to have evasion when I'm doing this, like even with a pet. Ah, okay. Yeah, I always found that kind of weird that like some of the lower level pet food is actually more expensive than the higher level pet food, and I always wondered why, but I guess it makes sense if you're doing level synced BCNMs. Which again, I really need to get in on a party that's doing the Emperor's hairpin. Yeah, it's the Emperor's hairpin, right? The BCNM for that, I really need in on that. I even have a spare level 30 orb just sitting around. Because I attempted to do it in a duo with someone, and it didn't work out great. We did not know what we were in for. So I just have a spare orb sitting around. But I think that would, that thing gives you a huge boost to evasion, agility, and dexterity too, which is always nice. As a scythe user, strength is always great. I like the strength from my spike necklace. But really, since I slash Beastmaster primarily, yeah, personal damage doesn't need to be that great, right? More important is that I don't get murdered while I'm fighting. And honestly, I gotta be honest, I think I should work some... I really do think I should work some evasion gear into my Beastmaster's set of equipment as well. Because my Beastmaster just goes down. Like, I honestly think my Beastmaster is squishier, right? Like, I'm squishier as a 75 Beastmaster than I am as a level 60 Black Mage. And that's just because all my gear as a Beastmaster, it actually sacrifices my evasion and my vitality for offense. And so when I get hit hard. Like, I remember once as a Beastmaster, I was fighting, I think, Quadav, right? While I was spell farming. And yeah, I got hit by a thief. First attack, they triple hit me, and like almost every hit criticaled, and they did like 750 damage in one hit, basically, on an auto attack. That is well over half of my health, right, as a Beastmaster. So yeah, I think maybe I need to take some of the lessons that I have learned with Black Mage Melee, and I think I need to apply that to other classes as well. Because I can't just be sacrificing my defense all the time, right? Clearly that doesn't work out great. I think maybe the problem is that I got so used to pet classes. I mean, Beastmaster, and then my other favorite for a while was Summoner, and yeah, you don't really get hit when you play classes like that. You know, your pet takes all the damage. So you don't really think about defense, right? You don't think about defense, vitality, agility, evasion. You just don't even consider it, right? And then you get really surprised when you just get two-shotted. So yeah, yeah, honestly, I think I need more evasion gear. More evasion, more... I try to make it a little bit of a mix, actually. I want more evasion, but I want agility and vitality specifically, more so than defense even, because that'll help lower the... Like, that kind of lowers the maximum damage an enemy can do to you, and how much they can critical. And I think, like, more than raw defense, that's important. Yeah, I imagine that a hairpin would do, like, that would do real good for a thief, I would imagine. Or a ninja, for that matter. But yeah, as, like, look, as a black mage, I don't have the hairpin yet, but, I mean, well, I do have one thing I can use to my advantage, right? I have the ability to debuff the enemy's dexterity, I have the ability to blind the enemy, so I can lower the enemy's ability to hit me, right? And then you pair that with just average evasion gear, and yeah, I can avoid most attacks, most of the time. But it would really go a lot smoother if I had, you know, if I had that hairpin. Now, here's a question. Can I stealth my way past these goblins without wasting an actual stealth item? Can I do that? If I can, I would love to. I might have to fight that one. Oh, it turned around. But it didn't see me. Like a ninja. Like a ninja. Master of stealth right there. Okay. So let me put the charm set on. Alright, we're just gonna... Yeah, because I don't have a lot of time. So with the time we do have, I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna get my solo on again. Why not? I can't really do much more productive, unfortunately. Alright, I want to grab that scorpion. And I'd actually, again, I would like to skip the gobos if possible, right? Hold up. There we go. Melee set. So yeah, if possible, I'd like to skip past them. Not gonna be that lucky. If I can at least not fight all the gobos, that would be good. I think we're fighting at least two of them. At least two. Okay, 2 gobos. This is fine. We might have to fight a cockatrice as well, because the cockatrice are right here, so we might be in for a bad time. Alright, the Reaper can... it's got those AoE... It's got a couple AoEs, at least poison go, right? Oh, right, they can all bomb toss. Right, goblins. Okay, right, since they can both bomb toss, technically, let's maybe put that one to sleep so it doesn't do that. Alright, I'm not going all in on these goblins because they are lower level. I mean, yeah, they can still hurt me, they're still EXP worthy, but they're lower level. Oh man, you bought the hairpin leveling and then sold it. See, for me, for items like that, right, whether I get it through a BCNM or I buy it or I get lucky, I would just hold on to items like that for goddamn ever, right? I would never let go of them, ever. Like, trade it to an alt if I have to, but yeah, never let go. Never give up on it. Alright, so yeah, I'm not going all in on debuffing these guys, because lower level goblins. Oh, am I... Well, see, now it's hitting me. And I haven't blinded it. Like, if there's a chance that it's gonna hit me, I usually blind it. So I'm not playing as carefully as I could. All right, I'm not gonna rest. I'm gonna make my HP up. Gonna make it up with drains. All right. Oh, my shock spikes aren't on. No wonder, right? Okay, so let's start. Let's start with a rasp, right? I want to see how effective that is. If I can get within range. Oh, hold up. Getting a phone call. Oh no, it's that time. One sec. Quick AFK. All right, that was a quick one. Just the wife calling. So okay, I don't get to go on a city adventure. She's done with things, so like we can just drive to the to the allergy doctor. I was kind of looking forward to going on a nice, like a nice slightly under an hour walk from here to the city. I was kind of looking forward to it. Work those legs, but that works too. It'll be quicker. Alright, well, I mean, that means I don't have to end things early then. Nice, that works out. Okay, so let's try rasp. Pull it back here. Try to get that pet aggro, but I would like to really unload my debuffs on it. So it's rasped, it's blinded, it's bioed, and now put the actual melee gear on. Okay. And I got spikes on too, right? I still like to keep aggro on the pet just because it makes things more sustainable. It's all about fighting sustainably here. Sustainable murder, I'm all about it. Okay, aggro is very solid on the Scorpion now. I mean, this should help the Scorpion to get hit less too, right? Like, yeah, debuffing dexterity and blinding, like, yeah, it's missing the pet as well now, so that works out. Like, that'll keep the pet alive longer. I mean, I don't know how the, like, look, I don't, oh, here we go, look at that, baleful gaze, that's what I really hate to see as a Beastmaster, or slash Beastmaster. That's the thing you don't want to see. Like, that's the one thing you really don't want. So now the pet is just useless, it's not gonna hold aggro for long like that. Again, it's fine. Top me off. Okay, and melee set back on. Is dead. Well, I got a big old paperweight here now. So I can't, this is what I hate. You can't even dismiss your pet when you're slash Beastmaster because I mean, maybe I can at level 75, I don't know. I forget what level the leave command is. But at level 60, I can't tell it to leave. Yeah, I can tell it to do its specials, but I can't tell it to go away. So, yeah, indeed. It's all organic murder here, alright? Farm fresh. Alright, it's, look, I work hard to bring it to you from scythe to neck, alright? Okay, well, my pet is just a statue. I could keep fighting, I mean, I'm good for it, The only thing is, scorpions... So, okay, scorpions do have a really hard-hitting attack. It's one of those things where if they get lucky with it, it can do over 600 damage. That wouldn't one-shot me, but if my health isn't topped off, it could kill me. I have died to it before, and, you know, not just as a black mage. Like, that's one of those things that could kill you no matter what class you're playing. So, yeah, for things like that, you kind of want to keep aggro on a pet of some kind. Alright, so, back with the debuffs. And the bio, and... yeah, honestly, when I solo, I kind of feel like this is really more the way to go, right? Like, stack those debuffs, make the enemy pathetically weak, and just take them out, right? I feel that's the better course of action. Oh, poison sting! Oh, yay! See, this is more why I don't like taking aggro against things like this. I'm poisoned now, and I gotta be careful with that, right? So, okay, let's let the pet get the aggro again. Also, did my set equip properly? Wait, actually, what level is this scorpion? Oh, this is a higher level one. I gotta pay attention, right? This is a higher level scorpion, so, no wonder my pet is having a hard time. My pet is only level 51, that thing's level 55. And 55 is much closer to my actual level, right? So, no wonder. Ooh, there it goes. So it's risky here. I don't know that I want to fight it out with it. I might want to charm it. Or kill it. Kill it quickly. Oh, it just dropped dead. It just dropped dead. Yeah, that's kind of one of the things that'll get me killed in here, is that I don't pay full attention to the level of the enemies that I'm fighting, and there is actually quite a level spread in here. Like, some of these enemies are actually my level, like, even. So, yeah, gotta be careful about that. I ain't stopping, though. I ain't stopping. Oh, you think I'm sweating with my health ticking down in the orange? Not at all. So I got a better pet this time, right? This one's like 55. This is a much nicer pet. Should keep aggro better. So I'm gonna try my best not to get aggro, but cockatrice, I don't think they have any. They don't have any AoE attacks. None that'll hit me if I stand to the side. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna pitch in, get my drain on whenever I can, but otherwise not worry too much about it. This is why I say, like, no matter what class you are, honestly, Beastmaster is just kind of the way to go for a sub, if you're soloing. It just gives you such a safety net, right? Like, yeah, sure, I could switch to /Red Mage, and I have tested that out. /Red Mage, I mean, it makes me a lot tougher individually, but you lose that safety net, right? You completely lose the safety net of having a pet to just take the hits for you if things get dicey, right? If you let your health slip a little too low, if something weird happens, you kind of... yeah, you don't have a good safety net without Beastmaster. So I kind of, cheesy as it may be, I don't know, I like to have it. It makes soloing a lot more tolerable. It also kind of lets you focus more on offense than defense too. Oh, now these do, yeah, these have Wild Rage. Oh yeah. It's a wily one. So yeah, I'll blind and bio it, because yeah, these have an AOE that is actually kind of strong, right? Oh, Death Scissor. Okay, that's the attack. So that right there, that can do obscene damage if you're unlucky, right? I've been killed by a Death Scissors before. Like, it hit me for near 700 damage. Yeah, that's one of those reasons you want to have a pet. Yeah, honestly, I mean, like, look at the damage this fucking Scorpion is doing, right? Okay, it's hard to tell because it's like, okay, which one is mine, right? But, like, the Scorpion hits fucking hard, right? There's no doubt about it. It hits hard, it double attacks frequently. Like, yeah, you get a huge DPS boost by having just a second party member, basically. I guess it's more impressive to see your personal, you know, like my personal damage numbers, my personal survivability. It's all much better if I go /red mage. And, you know, I can cast spells faster, too, so it's harder to get interrupted, but... Ooh, I think I'm under attack. I wasn't paying attention again. Where was I? But yeah, a different sub would give you more personal survivability, and it could maybe be used in situations where you can't get a Beastmaster pet, but, I don't know, like, I don't really think you can do much better, both survivability and damage-wise, than having, you know, having a charmed pet, right? It's really hard to beat the damage that this Scorpion... Like, look at that, every hit, it's like 134. Right? That's pretty hard to beat right there. I mean, my damage ain't bad either, 120 there, and I know I can do more, but yeah, like, second party member, right? Okay, 150, so I can hit harder than the Scorpion. But the Scorpion, I think, attacks a little faster, and he can double attack, too. Oh, I wanted to drain that. Alright. Oh, I think another, wait, another Scorpion is gonna spawn here pretty soon, isn't it? Also, that's gonna break Charm... I'm not sure exactly when, but it is gonna break Charm soon, I think. I don't know, on one hand, I kinda wish that, like, things other than /BST were as good for sustainable soloing, but there really isn't anything. I don't think it's a problem, right? This isn't a problem. No nerf, please. But it's more that people have a need to solo, especially people like me that play during non-NA hours. Like, you need that ability to solo, and to solo practically and efficiently, right? You need that. I don't want NPC party members. I still have to, like, I have to put the work in to level up Beastmaster to my main level, which Beastmaster is my main, but, you know, you gotta put the work in, you have to have charm gear, like, it's not just spawnable NPCs. But, this is maybe a bit of an issue. Also, as far as I can tell, Drain doesn't seem to have an upper limit. I mean, obviously, I guess there's no lower limit. If your skill is bad, I mean, you can Drain for like 2 health, right? But yeah, Drain doesn't really seem to have any upper limits. It just seems to keep doing more the more your skill levels up, so... Drain is actually... Yeah, when someone told me that Drain is actually the best damage for MP that you can get, I didn't believe them at first, and early on it isn't, but as you level up, oh, I see it. I see it now. And yeah, Like, look, I'm not, you know, my group content, I'd still like to group up more than I would like to do this, but the thing is, I do think you should be able to efficiently solo, and I think maybe the issue, and it's more of an issue the higher level you get, I think the problem is that, like, enemies can hit incredibly hard no matter what your defense is. Like, evasion helps, it certainly does, but yeah, like, enemies can just hit so hard, so fast, they have all kinds of nasty abilities. The thing is that I feel like player defense doesn't really scale with the damage that enemies deal going forward. And I feel like when you're fighting easy enemies, like, fighting an easy enemy should be easy no matter what, right? And I guess the issue is that as you level up, easy isn't so easy anymore, right? So maybe, I don't know, like, maybe if easy enemies, like, maybe if easy enemies specifically were just nerfed in what they, like their upper limits versus the player, maybe if that was nerfed it would make soloing without beast mastering more viable, but anything short of that, like, yeah, you kind of need something else to take the damage for you, right? Like, no matter how buffed up you are, like, look, I've been in parties healing paladins, and paladins go down like bitches just like everybody else. Everybody dies, right? You get punched by the Gubu, it fucking knocks your head off, right? No matter who you are. So, yeah, like, I feel like the issue is that player defense just does not scale with level very well. You know, at a certain point, it's just so off that no amount of defense really helps you. So I don't know, like, is that a problem, though? I don't know. For me, yeah, the solution right now is to slash Beastmaster, but say I don't want a Beastmaster and I'd like to slash Thief, right? Well, can't do that, not against enemies that can actually hurt me. Yeah, no, that's another... Actually, you know what? Right before this, you know what I was doing? I was testing out... Yeah, I was testing out the... You know, the treasure hunter thing on level 6 and 7 Quadovs in Palborough Mines, just rounding them up, and they actually managed to land spells on me. Like, they didn't hit hard because they're so low level, but like, they're level 7! I'm level 60! And they can still somehow every now and then land spells on me. Like that, like, okay. Let's say that I tried to land a spell on an enemy that was like 50 levels higher than me. How well do you think that would go down, right? So yeah, I think there's just some kind of, you know, it's either an issue or a non-issue depending on how you look at it, but there's just something weird about how player defense has always scaled in this game, in that at a certain point it just sort of doesn't. Like, at a certain point the enemies, even if they are super easy to you, their attacks just seem like your defense just doesn't matter. Your evasion just doesn't matter. Your high int or mind, no, it doesn't matter. They'll land spells on you even if you're 20 levels over them. And I don't know, like, is that... I guess people are cool with it. Oh, look at that. Betrayed me. Betrayed me. But yeah, I don't know, like, I kinda... Yeah, I feel like maybe enemies, like, I feel like easy enemies should not be able to hit the player as easily as they do. Right? Say what you will for even challenge and higher enemies, okay? Fine, right? That's group content right there. But easy enemies, I think they should be missing as hard as I do if I were to fight, like, you know, if I were to try to solo an enemy 20 levels over me, or even 5 levels over me. They should be missing that hard. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be honest, because I've done the Gauntlet in Castle's Vol as well. I've been to all the Beastmen headquarters to farm spells and stuff, and yeah, no, I've never resisted a single like AoE 2 or 3 spell, right? I've never resisted a single one. I get hit at full blast every time, no matter what. And I'm usually 5 levels over the enemy, because you're usually fighting enemies that are like high 60s, low 70s, right? So you shouldn't be taking damage from them. You should be resisting at least a little bit, right? Because I know what it's like to cast spells on enemies that are, 5 levels over me, right? I don't know, what's the int on them, Yagudo or Quadav or whatever. Oh man, 400 damage, you're lucky on that. I mean, I guess to be fair, my Beastmaster, like when I play Beastmaster, I'm not really built for defense, so like, yeah, I get hit hard, right? I get hit by a Gauss spell for like 700 damage. Part of that's on me, but still, I've never resisted once. Also, this Scorpion's gonna go down soon, ain't it? That's okay. As usual, I make it fight to the death. I'm a good master of animals. Oh, getting a... I thought that was a weak drain. No, I guess I just had very low health. Alright, so since I'm fairly certain that, that the Scorpion is gonna go down, ooh, nice, a mandible bite. Yeah, right, I still have the sick command. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna go down, so I'm blinding the enemy. I'm doing the non-damage debuffs. I figure putting the cockatrice to sleep. Yeah, like putting it to sleep is probably the best way to go. Also, I need to make sure it's wind weather right now. If a wind elemental spawns behind me and I cast a spell, that would be very bad. I'm not sure I could recover from that one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't mean to bitch and moan about the whole thing. It's just it's just that as much as I love grouping up in this game, and I do it as often as I can, soloing, you gotta do it every now and then, and you need to be half decent at it. Oh hey, dark magic level up. Well, clearly I gotta practice more. But yeah, I don't know, like, enemies just it seems like enemies can hit the player way too easily, compared to the other way around, and I don't know, it doesn't feel fair, I don't know. I know this isn't really a game that's built on the idea of fairness, right? I know that, I know. But still. Alright, so... well, I killed everything in this tunnel. Yeah, I know. I mean, look at how the dungeons are designed, right? Like, okay, is there a single dungeon in this game that is designed in a way that isn't just a zigzag mess where you have to drop down ledges to get to other areas, to loop around, and then backtrack and crisscross? Like, are there any are there any dungeons in this game that are not designed like spaghetti, and it's done on purpose just to piss you off, right? So no, this is not a game about fairness, I get that, but like, come on. Yeah, throw us a bone, right? Like, I feel like this game, especially in the environment, it's designed with that sort of hostile architecture mentality, right? Except instead of spikes on benches, it's ledge drops. That's... So, alright, let's fresh pet, so proper run of debuffs on this one. The blinds, the bios, the rasps, all the good ones. Oh wait, Dangrif Wadi. Maybe you know what? I actually haven't really been around there very much. I actually have barely been in that zone. The only time I've been there is for that one Bastock quest where you have to you have the little device that changes from blue to red. That's the only time I've really been to Dangrif Wadi. I don't actually know what's down there. Yeah, I like a lot of the areas in this game. The more open areas. I love the Highlands. I love Lethene, right? I like the very open world parts of this game. I think they look great and they feel good to just kind of travel around, right? But when you get to dungeons, this game is just, it's sadistic. Right? When you get into actual dungeons, anywhere that isn't, nice open fields, everything is just designed in such a way that it feels like it was designed to make the player angry. Ooh, I kind of wondered where you get Gaussbit grass from, because, the chocobo thing. Yeah, I guess one day I might have to go there. There's actually quite a few zones in the game I haven't really spent much time in at all. Like, the Horotoro ruins, the ruins near Windurst. I have never been there. And then there's the canal, and I've only been there for my artifact stuff, right? But I never knew the canal was down there. I never knew that there was a 50-ish something dungeon underneath Windurst. I never knew. I kind of feel like sometime I just need to, I don't know, just take the time to explore some of the areas in the game that I've just overlooked, right? I'm sure there's a lot of them. I'm sure there's a lot of zones I've never been in before. Ooh, nice. I got a nice Dark Harvest on that one. Again, hybrid strength and int attack, so I guess it works out as a mage. I mean, I'm sure the intention was for a Dark Knight, right, who has high strength and int, but, I mean, as a black mage, I have the int part down. With some gear, I can get the strength part down. So I guess it works out. Yeah, I will say fishing, right? When I really got deep into fishing in this game, that did actually make me go to some places that I hadn't gone before just because, well, there's fish there, right? They got fish, so... So just for the fish alone, right? I think my scorpion's gonna die, so... Yeah, we'll get a fresh one. Right, fresh scorpion time. So I'll just do like... Well, no, I'll do all the debuffs. And do I want to go for... No, if I go for that scorpion, chances are I'll probably anger the goblins around it. Okay, so actually... I mean, I'm looking at the thing's health, and honestly, the scorpion does have a chance of actually killing it before it dies. But, you know, when I started playing on Horizon, which I will say I've actually explored Final Fantasy XI the most on Horizon. Funny that, but I think what it is back in the day, yeah, like back in the day, there was sort of the path that everyone took, right? And you just did that. you know? Do the thing everyone else does. And then even on other private servers I played on, I just sort of continued doing that, right? It's really only on Horizon, because they changed things up a little bit, that I thought, well, why not, let's, you know, let's go out of that comfort zone. Let's do something different, right? And so I explore more. Alright, a little bit of a risk here, but I'm gonna try to charm. I know, the smart thing to do would have been to... Yeah, smart thing to do would have been to put the cockatrice to sleep and then try to charm a pet, but, you know, when do I ever do that? When do I ever do the smart thing? Like, there is a smarter, safer way to charm and kind of deal with pets as they're about to die in this game, but yeah, I often just make them fight to the death, and, well, hey, if they flip on me mid-combat, well, things are gonna get interesting. I'm not a very safe player, I don't think. Also, the sick command, I like it, but okay, Earth Pounder, right? So the problem is that if you have a charm pet and it chooses to do its AoE, that can really get you in trouble. It's happened to me in here even, where I got a little cocky and I tell like the scorpion to do its thing, and then it does an AoE and draws attention from like the goblins that are, I don't know, around the corner, right? Because that's just how that works. Ooh, I've never had it where I've lost all my macros. I've never had that. What I did have one bug, right? Let me just engage here before I get into it. But I had a bit of a bug where I was making an equipment macro, right? Like I was making an equip set macro. And it was just for my look that I'm wearing now. No, not an actual proper thing, just for the costume. But I copy-pasted, I made the macro, and then I'm like, oh, I should rename it, right? So I then renamed it, but I renamed it, like, just before I was zoning into my Mog House, and then when I zoned into my Mog House, the whole thing, that whole macro that I just made was just gone. But I assume that was sort of an issue because I was... like, maybe it was still saving on the server, and I was crossing zone lines, so, you know, I could imagine that's what happened there. Like, that one's very cause and effect, right? But I've never had the macros just randomly reset or anything like that. Also, yeah, I'm already up to 3 cockatrice meat. I have a full stack on the auction house that's just still waiting to be sold. No one wants my meat. I don't... I thought people loved the cockatrice meat. Huh. Yeah, I guess I've, never had that issue. Huh. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, but I don't think just randomly losing macros and stuff. I've never had that happen with any Final Fantasy XI private server, like even the more jank ones. So I guess it's usually just something you do that the game doesn't like. Oh, nice! I evaded that. I like being able to evade AoEs. I like that. Makes me happy. Also, I don't need to drain, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just because it's more damage. Yeah, I think generally, if you're gonna do anything that you want saved in the game, like macro-wise and all that, I think you should probably give it a minute to settle in before, like, killing the process or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Zergo. Let's see what level. Okay, this is an easy scorpion, so it might kill my scorpion. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna put the full run of debuffs. The full run. Nope, death scissors. Nice, look at that. So, see, here's the thing, right? Like having good, well, not just good evasion, but having like debuffs, right? Like blind, rasp, you know, debuff their dexterity. Like, yeah, debuffing the enemy's accuracy. Like, it's not just good for me, right? That's not just like a selfish black mage melee mode. It gives your pet a chance to not die, and that's nice. Uh-oh. Now, again, you gotta be careful. If it does a death scissors on me, that could be bad, but as long as I keep my health up, I should be alright. Like, as long as I don't let my health dip below, like, 600, I should be okay. End it. God, I love Dark Harvest. I never used it as a Beastmaster because the damage was just terrible. But yeah, when you actually have intelligence, it's a decent attack. Actually good. I mean, if I more specialized my gear to like if I went harder on strength. That's the thing, my gear is mainly, it's mainly evasion, agility, vitality. I only have a little extra strength and dex. So if I really went hard on strength, I could make Dark Harvest do good damage. I'm just too, like, I don't want to bog myself down with tons of equip set macros, right? I don't like constant switching. I like a little switching, I'm okay with that, but constant switching kind of, I don't know, even for me, that stresses me out a little bit. No, the one that has a chance to apply terror is Nightmare Scythe, and yeah, Nightmare Scythe also does damage still, just not, the damage is kind of bad. The terror is the main reason you do it, and the terror, like, unless you have 3000 TP, the terror really doesn't last long enough to make it worth it. It works though, it does apply terror, it can keep enemies from casting spells or something, but other than that, it's not really, yeah, I don't really use that one. Again, not that it's bad or anything, it's just, I don't know, I'd rather do more damage. Oh yeah, to shift equipment sets, I mean, there's a couple ways you can do that. Like, if you only want to swap out an individual item, like I do that for my staffs. I can show you better once this fight's over. I just don't. I want to make sure he's not going to do anything tricky, right? Or you know what? I can end the fight a little sooner, right? Hold up, let me. I don't. Right. Here, let's use this. Okay, not enough MP for right, because I'm... Okay, yeah, not enough MP. But hey, you see that? Look, you see? Weapon switching, on the fly. But let's get into it after this dies. For me, it's... Like, look, the thing is, I didn't understand equipment swapping for a long time, and it's not something you should feel pressured into. I only started doing it when I really felt like I was cool with doing it, and that I needed to do it, or that I wanted to do it. It's more a want than a need. But okay, here we go. So in my macros, two ways to do it. One is if you only have like one piece of equipment to change, then okay, like whenever I cast sleep, for instance, it's in my macro, right? Macro, sleep, and then right after it is equip main dark staff. And you can just do that to equip like individual pieces, right? Like if you don't have too many, if it's a short macro like this, you could do a thing and then equip like, you know, 5 items, right? That's one way to do it. Other way to do it is with sets, right? Like, so whenever I hit like my melee set or my damage set, so my melee set, it's just this, / equip set 0, and then the like 029, that's the number of the equip set. And then the echo is purely for visuals. It doesn't, you don't need that, it's just so I personally know that it went through. But all you need is / equip set and then the number. And then you make an equip set, right? You make an equip set to go with it. So for me, so like 29, right? It's right here. So this is my, this is my melee set, right? And you just, like you just equip into all the slots everything you want to use, right? You can even set it to just keep some things. Like if a slot is blank, it'll just use what's currently in the slot, so it won't change anything. You can have it remove items or change the item entirely. But you make a set, right? And then, so yeah, that's set 29. So when I hit my little macro that says equip set 29, it just equips that. And then I do that to swap between gear as needed. So okay, the equip is after it. It's because if you put it before it, and it doesn't really matter, but it's one of those things where, let's say for whatever reason you can't equip the item, like maybe your level synced down, right? It can break the macro, like it can break it. You want to do things you know you can do before you get experimental. So yeah, like if I was synced down and let's say I couldn't equip the staff, it could cause problems. So yeah, it's just better to have it after, but it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's also because as a black mage, I'm constantly changing these out, right? So like, if I'm in a party and they're bursting with fire, then I would just edit Blizzard into fire too, and, you know, change ice staff to fire staff. I have to edit these macros a lot. Well, not that much, but like, if a party's doing something different, I change to adjust to that. But it's not that, like, I think some people think it's super complicated or that you have to use third-party programs, but no, it's neither complicated nor do you have to go outside of the game for it. It's just mainly it can get a little exhausting to be switching equipment a lot because it's just more things you got to think about, like, oh, what set am I wearing right now, right? But yeah, I never used equip sets until after I hit my first 75, because I never needed to. As a Beastmaster especially, I never needed to do that, you know? But now that I play mages more, mages definitely benefit more from equipment swapping. There's a lot of things you'd want to change around as a mage. And especially soloing, right? Like, yeah, so I have my melee set for just, you know, just standing here attacking. Then I have the charm set for when I need to grab a pet. And then I have the more traditional int damage set when I need my spells to actually land. But it's just kind of like flipping a toggle switch, right? Not too bad. Yeah, it's all tied together. I was kind of the same, where like I saw the sets and I wasn't really sure. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do with that, right? It took me a long time to figure it out, longer than I'd like to admit. Oh, hey, we got company. Quick stun, and put it to sleep. Make sure my DPS set is on, because that's my int gear. Okay. Situation under control. Back to the melee set. Oh wait, actually, back to the DPS set. I need to drain my health back. There we go. And now back to the melee. Yeah, see, it takes a little while to get used to, but the way that I think about it now, I think about it like toggles in City of Heroes, or really, a lot of games have toggles, right? Lots of games have toggle abilities, right? Where you push the button and it just stays on until you cancel it. Think about equipment swaps like switching toggles, I guess. Alright, Charm. Yeah, see, doing some quick swap in here. So Charm set, Melee set. Uh-oh, Sharp Strike. That's gonna make it do a lot more damage. Whole lot more damage. So, let's Nightmare Scythe, stun as soon as possible. There we go. Big damage would be nice. Is my pet not attacking? What's going on? Oh no, that got a little hairy. Oh no. I think my pet was just standing there not attacking for a while. But yeah, that was, okay, I had an ad, the pet, the high level pet I might add, it de-charmed on me in the middle of combat, and then, yeah. That was a couple of things coming together in a nasty way. Either way, it's fine. What's my EXP at total? It's still higher than when I started. It's higher than when I started, so I'm not in the negative. I'm not in the negative for that session. Okay, the pet it didn't look like he was attacking, but I guess in the log you could see it. But that was just kind of unfortunate. The same thing happens to me as a Beastmaster sometimes. Like, as a Beastmaster, even with Jug Pets, sometimes things just go bad, you know? And as a Beastmaster, I don't have any way to crowd control. But yeah, like, bad mix of getting an ad, the high-level pet just flipping on me in the middle of combat. Yeah, bad mix of things all around. Coulda maybe handled it better, but it's fine. I don't mind dying every now and then. Alright, well, let's see, do I want to get back out there? I can, if I want to. But... Wait, it's nighttime again. I mean, look, EXP-wise. EXP-wise, I have more than I started with, so I'm okay with that. But I just had a thought, it's nighttime, which means I could hit Kufum Island and try to farm up some scrolls real quick. I kinda want to do that. Yeah, again, I'm not sure what quite went on there. Not quite sure, but what I probably should have done, right? What would have been safer to do? So okay, here's how I could have saved myself in that one. Rather than pulling a quick Sleepka, like a quick sleep, what I should have done is I should have cast Sleepka. Like, I really should have, right? If I cast Sleepka, chances are all of them would have been put to sleep, and then I would have the luxury of, you know, tapping my pet to wake it up, charm it, then tell it to attack the other one. Like, I could have been much more surgical in how I went about that, right? That's what I should have done, but yeah, a poor judgment call on my part. But yeah, look, even, man, I can't count the number of times, especially while I'm farming scrolls or whatever as a Beastmaster, I can't count the number of times I've been unlucky on the pet being put to sleep and then I'm just dead, right? Or while I was still charming as a Beastmaster, oh yeah, the pet flips on you while something else is attacking, and oh no, my charm is failing, and oh god, it's all falling apart, and it's just par for the course when you're solo. Every now and then, situations are gonna get out of control. You're probably gonna die every now and then, but as long as you don't make a habit of it and you come out in the net positive, it's fine. I don't know. That's how I look at it anyway. So has anyone bought my meat yet? Not yet. Not yet. I got that meat up for sale, but I don't think it's a very popular item, honestly. I don't think it's as popular as I thought it was. Yeah, no, especially when I'm farming up spell scrolls. Okay, here's what happens a lot when you're farming spell scrolls as a Beastmaster. So let's say you're fighting, I don't know, a Sapphire Quadav, right? You send the pet in, but you need to pull it away from the other mobs and out of the afflictors, right? So you try to pull it back, you tell the pet to come to you. Quadav immediately casts Sleepga too. Now both of you are asleep and just at its mercy. So either it proceeds to attack the pet and just kill it, and you are helpless because you're put to sleep for 2 minutes, or it winds up a nice AoE and just slams you with like 700 damage. And now things are getting a little dicey, right? Because one more and you're dead. So, yeah, soloing is just always a gamble, and that's fine, right? As long as you mostly keep a control in the situation, as long as you don't die too much, it's fine. But it's not really a failure of anything, it's just, that's the game. Ooh, what has happened here? Hold up. Using the wrong thing. Yeah, here we go. That's the actual set. This is my style lock. There we go. Look, style is important, okay? Very important. I just know some people, like, they'll hit a bit of a wall, or they'll get killed once and then just decide that, oh, I guess that just doesn't work, right? And not really. I think at this point, like, I've done a couple of sessions now of just farming, like just EXPing in on Zozo as a Black Mage Beastmaster. I am halfway through the level, more so now. So I think, it's clear that no, it does work. It's just you've got to pay attention. You have to think fast when situations get out of control. Like you the player have to kind of be on the ball, right? But no, like it's not like, oh well, I guess everything failed. I guess it just doesn't work. No, not at all. Alright, so back to Kufum. Honestly, that's kind of why I want to level Alchemy. Like, look, the stealth items are real expensive, and I know that even to craft, they're still not cheap, right? They're never gonna be cheap, but like, if I could reliably HQ craft my own prism powders and silent oil, like if I could do that, that would be wonderful. It would save me a lot of money. Also, I guess I could turn a little bit of a profit if I wanted to, mass manufacture things, right? I'm kind of thinking alchemy is gonna be my main trade skill, although I don't know, bonecraft ain't so bad. Bonecraft is fun. Oh, while I'm fighting these things, I need to clean my inventory out. But yeah, while I'm fighting these things, I ain't gonna use dumplings on this, but I'll use meat jerky. It'll boost my strength and attack, right? Make me hit a little harder. But funny thing is, crafting, I don't really make any money at crafting. It's not that I can't, but it's often not worth the trouble, But what I find that I get the most use out of crafting so far is just making my own stuff when it's either not available or, when it's way more expensive than it should be. Good example is the rabbit pets for Beastmaster. Like, oftentimes they're up for sale for like 6k a stack, and it literally costs less than 500 gil to make them. So, like, I mean, to make a full stack, you can make a full stack for like, maybe 500-600 gil, right? To make a full stack of those things. So yeah, if you want to do it for profit, like, sure, it's not the best thing you could do, but, if you're unlucky, it can cost over 1,000 to make a full stack, but even then, it's still profit, right? But like, you know, when people are selling those for like 6K a stack, that is way too much to pay. So I'll just make my own, you know? Just make my own. And that's kind of the most use I get out of trade skills so far. It's not a bad use. I mean, I also, with cooking, right? Yeah, so with cooking, I also enjoy to make my own pineapple juice, right? Make own pineapple juice so that I always have MP as a mage in a party. That's nice, right? Not necessary, but it's nice. But yeah, that's kind of the best use for me, right? That is the best possible use for my trade skills so far. Oh, that is not the attack I wanted to do. I wanted to do Vorpal Scythe, but I just sort of accidentally did Spinning Scythe, so now I have 2 enemies on my ass. I mean, these are way lower levels, so it's not a problem. Man, I just triple hit like that. Those triple hits were very close together. And oh look, now it happens. Now I get an invite to a Black Mage burn. My flag isn't even up. It's a little too late to join in on a Black Mage burn, unfortunately. But where was that party like 2 hours ago, right? I really need to get my MP back. The moment I cast a spell, the elemental's gonna be all over me. I wonder if I can sneak attack this thing. I think this is its back, right? I think I'm behind it right now. I think. Yeah! Back attack on an elemental. Okay, drain my health up. I'm still not convinced that that it is the best idea to cast spells on these guys to kill them. Like, honestly, I feel like, other than Drain, right? Outside of Drain, I don't feel like I get a whole lot by casting spells at them. Like, again, we had this one before, but yeah, like, Stone 1 is the best MP to damage ratio out of any spell I can cast on this enemy. And yeah, look, my Scythe does almost as much damage, right? I get almost as much out of my Scythe. That doesn't cost MP. Like, yeah, my Scythe just hit harder than my Stone spell. Consistently now. So, yeah, like, I went Black Mage because I thought this would make farming elementals easier. And now I'm farming elementals and I'm not even using my magic. And yet somehow I'm killing things faster than I do as a... Like, yeah, I'm killing these faster than I do as a Beastmaster still, and I don't even know how that works. I don't understand. Does the Ivory... Okay, does the Ivory Sickle have some kind of hidden stat where it says it does magic damage? Because, yeah, I am hitting a lot harder than I would as a Beastmaster. I don't understand. Well, okay, wait, maybe, was I maybe using the wrong spell? Because, okay, so lightning elementals, right? Like, they're weak to, like, lightning is weak to earth, right? So I was using Stone 3. I assume that would be the best option available to me, right? But the damage to MP ratio is absolutely terrible. So I don't know about that. Like, I don't know. Like, I would absolutely love to just nuke the elementals to death, because I would like to easily, quickly farm clusters, but it just hasn't been working out for me. I mean, my int is fine, especially for how low they are to me, right? So it's gotta be the spells that I'm casting, and I don't know if I'm casting the wrong ones or what. It's like I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how this works exactly. Also, I'm getting really poor, yeah, really poor drops on these. I would usually get it, like with the amount of ghosts and everything I've killed, I would usually get at least one scroll by now. At least one. No, I think I said it once before, but like, to level your magic, it's all relative to your actual skill level. Like, if your current divine skill is, say, like, let's say your skill would be capped on a level 5 enemy, right? If you kill a level 6 enemy, even if that is way below you, you'd still level up divine magic. So it's all relative to your skill level, what it would be capped versus the enemy. So yeah, if you are level 50, for instance, to level your divine magic to your current skill cap at level 50, you would have to fight level 50 enemies to cap out. You could level your, like, if your skill was really under-leveled, like, let's say at level 50, your skill is effectively level 40. You could fight level 45 enemies, and you would level up divine magic, but only to the cap for level 45. So yeah, it's, you gotta go for like what your current level is relative. Yeah, this is something I haven't, like, I've noticed it, but I'm not really sure what to do with it as a black mage, right? So what I've noticed is that, yeah, like, the different spells, right? Like, let's take the basic spells. You know, Stone 1, Water 1, Arrow, Blizzard. So the thing is, even though they're all the same tier, like, Stone just does less damage than, say, Thunder, right? It does significantly less damage, just because of, you know, it's a spell that you get at a lower level, right? Also, I'm just gonna use one of these crabs to drain my health and MP back up real quick, because I don't want to rest. I would rather not rest, so I'm gonna drain. Gonna drain in a spirit crab, because I don't think you can't drain the undead. Yeah, I hope it's kind of clear, but it's like relative to your, yeah, like your skills always have a cap at your current job level, right? At your class level. So yeah, if you're fighting level 50 enemies at level 50, you can cap your skills for that level. But yeah, it's all relative to level, you know? But yeah, okay, when it comes to the element of your spell, for just dealing damage and all that, yeah, I guess... So I guess Stone 3, okay, so for right now, like, Stone 3 is what... Yeah, like, that is what the Thunder Elementals are weak to. But, I mean, what's my other... Well, okay, I have Arrow 3, I have Water 3. Do I have Blizz 3? I think I only have Blizz 2, right? Yeah, so, okay, so like Arrow 3, right? So I guess Arrow 3 might do more damage than Stone 3? To me, that's kind of counterintuitive to, like, to everything, but I guess it makes sense. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to really figure what you should be using to fight an enemy. It's not always clear. Man, that was a nice Vorpal Scythe. But I'm not getting the loot. I think it's only the scythe-wielding skeletons. I think only the scythe-wielding skeletons, because they're the mages. I think they're the ones that drop the scrolls. Maybe both do, but I've only ever gotten a spell scroll from a skeleton holding a scythe. No, the skill level is not relative to your character level. I'm talking character level, right? Because if you look at my skills, right, like my magic, my elemental skill is 202, and like obviously level 75 is the cap, right? So no, your skill level goes way higher than your actual level. It's relative to your character level. So I'm level 60, I get nothing from casting on level 31s. I would have to cast spells on a level 60 enemy, because I'm a 60 black mage, in order to cap my skills out for level 60. But that cap would be in the 200s, right? So skill is a different, the skill number is like that's not relative to your character level. That's, yeah, skill levels go way higher than character levels. Ah, okay, I see. I thought you were meaning skills, like if you're, like, okay. Well, okay, so your cap is 50 for the skill with your current job setup. Well, I mean, like, what's the, like, I couldn't tell you what the exact skill is. You'll know it's capped when it turns blue, though, right? Like, yeah, see, when a skill turns blue, that's when you know it's capped. But, yeah, it's just your character level is what's important. The skill level, though, like, okay, what I mean is, let's say you have 10 skill points, like let's say you're a level 30 white mage, and your divine skill is at 10, that's not relative to level 10. It doesn't mean level 10, the skill number's totally separate there. Like, your skill cap could be well over, like, the number 30. It's, like, I'm not sure what it would be at that level, but, yeah. I think really all you... I think the best way to say it is, don't overthink this one. It is as simple as, your skill will level up to whatever your current cap is if you fight enemies that are equal level to you, but you have to fight enemies that are equal or higher level to you. Like, you have to. Anything less, you'll cap out at whatever level the enemy is, not your level. And you'll know it's capped when the skill turns blue in your skill list. Again, I think it's best to not overthink on it. Alright, let's see. So these guys are weak to fire. I don't know, that's respectable damage, 234. I think my problem is with fighting stuff like this, like, okay, yeah, 234, that's nice. How much MP did that cost me, right? My scythe, well, look at that. I just hit for about 400 damage with my scythe. How much MP did that cost me, right? That's the problem. That is the equation I keep coming back to as I grind things as a black mage. Oh yeah, no, well, what that means, okay, so maybe this'll help. What that means, like, if you're here and you're fighting things and you're getting skill points, what that means is that your divine magic is, like, what it means is your divine magic is equivalent to a character who is lower level than the enemies you're fighting. So basically, like, you are level 30, maybe, right, or whatever, but it means your skill is like, you're running with like a level 5 newbie's divine magic skill. That's basically what it means. So you can level up until your skill is capped for the enemies you're fighting, but that will cap out eventually. It just means your skills are really underleveled, like really underleveled. But they will cap out eventually, and you'll have to go you'll have to go to higher level enemies. What it all kind of equates to is that eventually you will have to go to enemies that are equal level or higher. Like, no avoiding it. Yeah, so if you're a 59 white mage and your divine so okay, I'm pretty sure you could have 12 divine magic at level 4. Like, you basically, when you cast a divine spell, you're casting it as if you were a level 4 character. So yeah, you need to level that up. The good news is that because it's so low, you could literally go to the newbie zones and find like a level 10 enemy, and you'd probably level divine magic up on that even. But what I mean is that, yeah, like right now you'll level up on almost everything you attack, but eventually you'll hit a cap for those, and then you will have to go higher and higher until you hit your own level, right? And I do get the feeling, like, look, I didn't use divine magic for a long time with white mage. I only really started using it more when I hit level 50 and I got holy. Because holy, honestly, holy is surprisingly fast to cast, and the damage is comparable to some of my black mage spells, actually. So it's like, it's not a, like if I could do a magic burst with it, it would actually be really good. Yeah, basically. So like, you know, let's say you're getting skill ups now on those enemies, eventually you'll level up enough that you'll cap out, and when you stop getting any skill ups, you'll know you're capped for that level. Right? But again, I think at some point you just have to bite the bullet, and you gotta, like, in a party, just throw out Banish every now and then. You know, get it in where you can, because that is, you know, you gotta use it to level it. Alright, well, let's see. Here in Kufum Island, I missed nighttime. I kind of just, I didn't get a lot of killing in at night. I didn't kill many elementals either. But the good news is I have a stack of lightning clusters from my quick excursion here, both now and earlier in the stream. So let's see how much that's worth, and if it's worth more to break it up into individual stacks. It's probably worth more to break it up into stacks, I think. Yeah, I mean, if you're going for a specific level sync or something, I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, join low-level parties and see what your skills cap at, I don't know. Also, I am horrible at explaining things. I end up having to explain things a lot, but at least me, I feel like, look, I'm a very visual learner kind of person, so like, I like having a chart thrown up in my face, and I understand that more than words. So whenever I have to explain something in words to someone, I have a hard time with that, right? But I try. Oh yeah, Varian, right. Oh yeah, the special access items. Love them. Man, my white mage is level 54. I need to do my white mage artifact quests. I know, look, I just got this cool-ass black mage look, right? I feel like a proper evil wizard now. As evil as I can be in this game. And, you know, getting the artifact pieces. I only use half of them, but like, man, this chest piece, right? That hat. But getting my artifact pieces, that was such a nightmare. I really don't want to do it again, right? I really don't. but I'm gonna have to. Yeah, like, I mean, here's the thing. Having Beastmaster leveled, I kind of have the easy mode on this, right? Like, literally, I can just go into a dungeon or whatever, charm a decent challenge, or best thing I can find, tell it to attack an enemy that is even level, and yeah, it'll probably die, but I can just cast spells, like, I can cast weak spells to level my skills up, like, I can cheese it as a Beastmaster, right? But even outside of that, like, level your magic up as much as you can on easy and decent enemies. Like, if decents don't give you too much of an issue, level up as much as you can on something like that. But also, it's either do that, or when you're in a party, especially as a white mage, because you're going to be partying a lot, just, yeah, like, throw out your more exotic spells every now and then, and not so much that it hinders you, you know, do it as you can, right? But yeah, throw out Banish whenever you get a chance, debuff constant, well, you should be debuffing anyway, but yeah, you know, like, just do spells to level your skills up, right? As long as it's not a problem, like, you know, as long as it's not throwing a wrench in the party, people skill up in parties all the time. Usually they don't mind. And hell, I did actually manage to get like a magic burst off with Holy once. Honestly, it hit as hard as an ancient magic spell from my black mage, so like everybody just sort of like everybody was just dead silent when I did that. Like, holy shit, the white mage just nuked that enemy. It felt good though. I think Divine Magic pays off when you get the better Divine Magic spells. Banish is kinda not great, you know? Kinda not great. Alright, so I got a bunch of items. Some of this I just want to vendor trash, you know? Just want to vendor trash a lot of this, but some of it I'll just get rid of it on the auction house. Alright. So, main thing I want to see... Oh yeah, are the shells worth anything? Oh man, I feel bad for Bonus. So you might notice one of these numbers is not the same as the other. So yeah, Bonus there. He bought... I think he either accidentally put one too many zeros, or he was trying to buy a stack, but he clicked the wrong thing, so... I have much sympathy there. But yeah, about 800 is how much those shells go for, which is nice, but let's see how much an NPC will take. Main thing is... Well, oh, hey, I have one hair meat. Look at this. Why does hair meat? Why does hair meat sell for 300 gil? Come on now. A stack of hair meat goes for... Yeah, like, they've been going for like 5k or more. What? I still don't It's so easy to get, right? It dumbfounds me. But anyway, lightning clusters. So, okay, you can unload those as a stack for about 17k, like 17 to 18k. Okay, how much do individual stacks sell for though? Though it would be easier to unload a stack of clusters, right? So how much do the crystals go for? 1,400. So, okay, so like x10 would... I'm bad at math and I don't want to whip out a calculator, but like, okay, that'd be 14,000 plus 15. It's about the... I mean, honestly, it's not that much of a difference, so I'd say for convenience sake, right? For convenience sake, let's, yeah, let's just sell the full stack. I don't know, I'll go over 17,000, but not much. Alright. Well, hey, there's an easy 17k. Honestly, like look, even as a 60 black mage where I guess I'm in an awkward place when it comes to killing elementals, they're still really easy to kill, even as a 60 black mage. I'm not sure if I kill elementals faster as a black mage or as a 75 Beastmaster. I'm honestly not sure which one is faster. Because Beastmaster, like, yeah, it feels like even with melee, I don't kill elementals good, and they still hurt even at 75. Like the ones on Kufum Island. So yeah, I don't know which one's faster, but either way, elementals aren't too bad to kill for some easy money when you're higher level. I was really more interested in the Banshees, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, rest of my loot, my ill-gotten gains. Let me sell those off. I still... Look, until I really sit down and do some dedicated farming, I'm probably not gonna break free from 3 million gil. It's not gonna go up or down, it's just gonna stay level until I really commit time to farming. That's the thing, I haven't actually committed time to farming for money in a long time. Not even fishing, really. I've just been so focused on leveling up Black Mage, getting my artifact quests done, getting the, like, when I farm, it's for the spells I need for Black Mage. I've just really been having a lot of fun with Black Mage, right? So I've been more focused on that. Oh, I got a shell. Oh, this is from the Quadavs that I killed earlier. That's why I have these fetish parts too. Well, yeah, I could go down whenever I want, but I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to control my gil spending, you know? I could get 800. I mean, that would be almost double, so I'll... yeah. The Scorpion Claws, though, they're not worth that much. Alright. So... okay, the Scorpion Shells I'll hold on to. I'll sell them in a bit, but... when it comes to big ticket items, I mean, I was really excited for my Vermilion Cloak. But honestly, I've been in a lot of parties, and I'm gonna be honest, especially when I go Black Mage / Summoner, which I frequently do, I honestly don't find that I am hurting for MP in parties. And when I'm solo, which I'm gonna be honest, the main reason I wanted the Vermilion Cloak is because I thought, oh man, it'll be so great, right? I'll be able to solo as a Black Mage, you know, like I'll have more MP, like, oh, it'll be great. You know, pop a pineapple juice and that, and like, oh man, soloing. And then I discovered the wonders of meleeing as a Black Mage, and it's like, man, I don't even need spells anymore when I'm solo. So, like, my need for the Vermilion Cloak has gone down. What would be more exciting to me now is if I could get the Ivory Sickle +1, because I think that might be the best sickle I could have as a Black Mage, at least that I can buy. I think there's some other sickles that you might be able to get, like, from NMs and stuff, but auction house-wise, Ivory Sickle +1 is kind of the best. And honestly, the damage is comparable to a level 70-something scythe, so it's like, yeah, that would carry me all the way through to max level. Unfortunately, I just haven't seen any available to buy. Yeah, like, this is the one I want, but it's, like, look at the history on it. Only 6 Ivory Sickle +1s have ever been sold, ever. The price ain't bad. Hey, if anybody can make me an Ivory Sickle +1, I mean, I'd buy it. I'm not sure what the fair price on it is. Like, I don't know what the fair price is, but the last price listed was 150k. Like, that seems to be the consistent price, so I'd buy it for that much. Guaranteed sale. I think maybe most people don't do the Black Mage melee thing, and the sickle, like the +1 sickle, is good for the level, but for the other classes that can use scythes, they could get something comparable and a lot cheaper, right? But I'd buy it. And hey there, noob. Hey there, and burn. Yeah, I think it's mainly the chance of having the sickle sold. Like, yeah, like I said, other classes that can use scythes, they can buy, like, they have much more options, and, like, look, it's a leveling scythe, so I assume most people would go for a, you know, they'd go for a cheaper scythe, right? So the market is very small. It's basically melee black mages, and I might be the only one. So, yeah. But hey, I'd buy it. Again, I guarantee, hit me up, I will drop you the 150k. Because honestly, that would, like a quick comparison, right? Like, the Ivory Sickle +1 does 81 damage, 490 delay, right? The scythe I use as a 75 Beastmaster does 83 damage, which is only 2 higher, right? Like, that's nothing. And the delay is 480, so, like, the Ivory Sickle +1 is almost as good as the scythe I use as a 75 Beastmaster. And honestly, its stats are more relevant to me too, right? I don't need it, but the extra int and MP is, it's nifty, right? Main thing is it's only level 57. Like, for the level, that's a really good scythe. I just figure other classes could probably, you know, other classes that have more options, they'd go with a cheaper option, because it's, you know, you'll get other things later on. But yeah, if I could get my hands on that, I would buy it direct. No need to go through the auction house, just hit me up. Yeah, I guess I might have to ask, right? I might have to sit in Juno and yell if anyone can make one, because I'd have to look into the materials, right? Like, I'd have to see what is required to make it. Like, I don't know, maybe I could farm up the materials, but yeah, I would be very interested. Because I am finding that I really enjoy Black Mage Melee. Like, it's good for soloing, right? I wouldn't whip it out in a party, because most parties it's just smoother to cast spells. But the problem is when you're trying to do more sustained combat, right? Like, when your goal is to just run around and kill mobs and get EXP solo, spellcasting really doesn't vibe with that. So yeah, melee is just the way to go when I'm solo. And since I appreciate being able to solo, yeah, the nicest weapon I can have would be very appreciated. Yeah, well, I know for a fact, you know, HQs aren't easy, right? Like, even if your skills are... Like, even if your skills are capped out, and it's a recipe that you have, like, a, you know, that plus 50% chance to HQ, like, man, yeah, the chance of failing is pretty high. I mean, even, like even literally the chance of failing. Like, you could be, you know, 90 levels over the recipe, and there is still a very small chance that you will just fail and lose the materials, right? That's crazy to me. But yeah, like, crafting is always pulling the handle on the slot machine. And I'm not a huge fan of that, but it is what it is, right? But yeah, I may end up having to either pay someone or... I mean, actually, real quick, right? Real quick, I have the internet. I have this thing called the internet. FF11. Ivory Sickle. What level is it? Like, what's the crafting required? Okay, so it's, ooh, it's... Wow. Okay, so apparently it's 67 bone crafting, 53 goldsmithing, and then woodworking as well, but at an unsure amount. Like, what? So it it requires a lot of skills, and yeah, so it needs mahogany lumber, platinum ingot, ram leather, and an oversized fang. I recognize some of those materials. I'm not sure how much the platinum ingot is. I assume that one's going to be the most expensive part. But the ram leather and the mahogany lumber, while not cheap, they shouldn't be crazy expensive. So yeah, that one's... The materials don't seem that bad, but I think the problem is that it requires you to have very high trade skills in multiple things, right? So yeah, I might have a hard time with that one. I know, right? Yeah, you only gotta spend millions of gil in order to have a chance to make a little more gil. Oh, and the wife is home. This lines up good then. Yeah, the wife is home, and that's usually when I end the stream. It's about that time as well. So, oh, and the cat's awake. Oh no, he wants food. Okay, so it's been a good time, but time for me to get out of here. I do have things to do today too. So, till then, I'll see you guys next time. Later.